Hello and welcome to Simply Race. It's round 2 of the Simply Race DTM Championship. We're coming from Brands Hatch today. It's the GP layout, and obviously the Brands Hatch circuit is obviously new, and it's coming back to the DTM Championship recently in these past few years. So great to see that it's coming back in a virtual. I'm your commentator, Anthony Jordan, for today's round, and it's going to be an excellent round. 20 drivers we've got for this round here today, and it's obviously going to be split up into 2 groups of 10. So for the B race you're going to see today, 10 drivers going to be taking part in that. Top 5 from that go through to the A final, where the top 10 from qualifying will already be there. And that means a 15-car grid for the A race, so that should give us a great bit of action. Now, Brands Hatch, as you can imagine, is quite a demanding circuit with some seriously fast corners and some tight corners out there as well. The hardest corner on the circuit, most definitely probably being Paddock Bend, the first corner of this very demanding circuit. So it's going to be an excellent one to see. Now, round 1 victors, John Curry, Matt Goodgescott, Stuart French. John Curry, he's actually not here for the round 2, so he's going to really struggle on his points. So Matt Goodgescott, Stuart French are in a good position here to take control of the championship. 35 points up for grabs, of course, for our race winner. And 15 minutes of practice has just been finished behind us that they're doing. They're now in for their qualifying. Of course, 2 groups, the first 10-minute qualifying each, and let's just see how they do. So 55-minute races. It's going to be a long old day, so please do stick around. We'll get qualifying up on the screen for you in just a moment. So qualifying underway, and as you see there, we've got, well, this, I like to call this the McLeody car. I believe this is Luke Bennett that we've got behind the wheel of this one. So no laps completed at the moment. I believe they're just on their out lap. So I think is Bennett going to be crossing the line now? So he's starting his first of the flyers now out there. Of course, separated qualifying these guys have got, so they can't see each other out there. First times are coming in, actually. So, I think Bennett has set his time, actually. So, Bennett's gone pole, 1:18 at the moment. King in P2, the 1:19. They're roughly looking at that pace. That is a good race pace, I would say, out there. I think times looking like the 1:17's quick that we saw in practice, everything like that. But times across the board looking good. Ben Brown out there, he's only done a 1:22.6. Of course, this is only their first laps out there. They have got 10 minutes of qualifying to do. So these guys still just working on that, try and get some better times in. 4 seconds down at the moment, so his first lap definitely wasn't his fastest, but I'm sure we'll see a big improvement from him at the moment. This is 5th place we're currently looking at the moment, so this is Colin Talbot, I believe. Oh, this is Ben Winter we're looking at. Okay, so there we go. That says a lot about me. Okay, so it's a 6 on the side of the car. That would be why. So I thought it was a 5. So this is Ben Winter, sorry, we're looking at. Now, this is Wilson, who we're looking at. And Wilson, where is he? 7th place at the moment. Okay, so 7th place for Wilson. 1:20.5 at the moment. 2.1 seconds off the pace at the moment. So, again, first couple of laps in. So we should see it improve. Obviously, a green track as well for the start of this. And, of course, the more laps they put in, the more rubber that goes down onto the circuit also, so definitely have to keep an eye on that one. A lovely purple back-end livery of that one, kindly provided from Matt Goodgescott, who is racing today. So he's admiring his liveries out there. A little bit wide on the entry to Paddock. Again, got to watch out for that one. It's such a really tricky corner with Paddock, because when you go into it, you have to really delay to when you get on the throttle, because if you get on the throttle too early, you know, the car just wants to understeer straight wide, so it's a really late apex for Paddock Hill, so you've got to really watch out for that one. Through Graham, as he heads now towards Srdtm, and again, Srdtm's really tricky corner, a really late apex to try and get it up the hill, and on to the back straight now, into Pilgrim's Drop, and under the bridge. There we go. Towards Hawthorne's, very fast corner again, this one, like 5th gear, chuck it in, let the downforce take you through the corner. Great run through there. That looked really promising. Now, through this back fast section here, as we go through Westfields, down Dingledale towards Sheen Curve, up the hill. Sheen Curve again, very fast, really committed through there. Bit of a wobble from Wilson as he goes through. and this cambered corner of Sterling's towards the final corner of Clearways and Clark Curve. So again, very fast corner this one, dropping it down probably into about 4th gear. Get it swooped in, feed the power on, and he dives into the pit lane. So that was unfortunate. So I took through a lap and he dives in. So he's going for a fresh set of tyres, I would say. Now, here is Jack Ashton, I believe. So P4 at the moment, 8/10 off the fastest time. What's he going to do as he crosses the line this time? Doesn't improve, so still 8/10 off at the moment. But let's watch him through a lap here. So really committed through there. Drivers have got to seriously watch out for track limits as well at the exit of paddock as well, because running wide there can really hamper you. The same with the exit, the runoff area here, Graham Hill Bend. Now this one, if you run too wide here, the track limits really does get you. So drivers are going to have to really watch out for that one. In towards Srdtm again. Again, good line through there. And here we go, onto the back straight on this fast section. Let's see what he can do. Track temperature and air temp. 12.8 degrees. It was literally just 13 a second ago, so it's getting colder here. I don't know if that's the actual temperature today. It might be, but it does feel very cold out there. Jack running a little wide there. That's not going to help him out too much. Through towards Sheen Curve. Nicely done through there. And Sterling's nice corner. Probably, I'd say, about 3rd gear. Really cambered, trying to get it on the inside. You can really hook it round that corner for that one there. As he makes his way into the final corner. Hopefully he's not going to dive into the pit lane. No, it looks like he's committed here right to the edge of the circuit, using all the track available to him, holding on to that inside line, crosses the line, doesn't improve again that time. What was it that time? Oh, it is P2, yeah, so it's a 1:18.626. So yeah, puts him up into P2, 2/10 of a second off Bennett's time. So he's doing very well there. This, as we go on to board with Luke Bennett now in the Audi DTM, with the McLaren livery, which makes perfect sense. So here we go. Nice onboard shot here of that front wheel. You can see the compression in the tyres there as they go through. It's excellent to see the tyre model here on R-Factor 2 is absolutely spot on with the degradation on the tyres. If you were watching the Formula round earlier on this morning, you could see the degradation on the tyres, and here as well, you can see the compression in the tyre as well when they go around some of the corners. You probably won't see it through these, because purely because well, they're not putting any pressure really on that side of the tyre. If we were looking on the other side, I'm sure you would see it a great deal. Through Sheen Curve again, bit of a tyre mark left there, so really committed through there, and the same through here, all running slightly wide. Luke Bennett on the edge there of his seat. A little bit of track and more as he goes round onto the start-finish line again, scrubbing a lot of the tyres through there. If he does this in the race, it's definitely not going to last long for him, those tyres. Crosses the line, doesn't improve his time. Oh, he does improve in time, so the screen's really delayed. so he does improve his time, so it's a 1:18.4. He just did it on that one, so that's his best time that he's done. Still 1/10 away, though, or a couple of tenths away is Ashton in P2. Here we go now. So, green livery. No one tell me, but green with the back end of the car. This must be Colin Talbot. That's Sean King? Yes, it is. It is Sean King. So Colin is the red car with the black tail. So there we go. I'm learning the liveries as we go here, people. So help me out. Get on the comments. Help me out. So Luke, we have got a couple of comments coming in. So Emily Wilson, good luck Cam Sports, hoping for another good finish for this afternoon's race and this morning results. So some good support there. Luke Austin coming in with good luck to James Williams, replacing me on the grid this time. Yep, as Luke Austin couldn't be here, you're a bit busy, aren't you? Streaming your own stuff. Well, when your stream's done, send them over here, and we'd love to have them. So now, don't tell me, I'll get this one right. Who have we got here? Yeah, James Williams. I said don't tell me. I've got Grant Lyman behind me, trying to help me out here. No, I don't need help. I can learn this. I can learn this. So this is James Williams, Luke Austin's replacement for this round. Back with the McLeody of Luke Bennett. And he's on a very slow lap, this one. So... they have finished, yes. So checker flag has gone out. So Bennett on provisional pole at the moment. Jack Ashton's the only person who can take it. He can't. He stays in second place. King crosses the line, stays third. Christian Kelly is the only person who could potentially take this. And Christian Kelly's livery, he's in the pit lane. So this is Ben Winter. Now, he's P6 at the moment. This is unlike him. He's usually a lot quicker than this. Bit of a squirrely exit out of Sterling's. He's only got Clearways and Clark Curve to negotiate. He comes around now, looks a bit steady. I don't think he's going to improve the time, but he's the only person who could potentially take Bennett off the podium. I don't think he's got it in him. Crosses the line? No, stays P6. So, at the moment then, positions looking like Bennett on pole, Ashton in second place, King in third, then it's Kelly, Brown, Winter, then Wilson, Talbot and Williams. Now obviously this is only one group for qualifying. We've got the second group now out for qualifying, and that is going to determine what the positions are going to be and who is going to be going straight into the A race, who is going to be into the B race. So give us a moment, we're going to get a couple of drivers over for some Q&As as it were, and we'll have a quick chat with them. So here we go. We've got all our top three here, which is very handy. Sean, we'll start with you. Come on, come a bit closer. No, you're not. You're fine. You're fine. We'll crop your head out. There we go. No, you're all good. So, Sean, you're not commentating this time. You're racing, and you're P3. How was it?
Same as last time. I came P3 last time, if I remember.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Good question. So, obviously, Brands Hatch GP, you're comfortable with this circuit?
Yeah, but I did bid it a few times in practice, so...
You did, didn't you? Yeah, I did see. But it's okay, you can bin it, it's fine, just don't do it in the race.
I actually went off on the actual lap I set. I would have been for an 18.2, so I'm a bit annoyed.
Okay, yeah. Excuses coming out now. Why?
I actually went off on the grass.
So I keep forgetting to give you the mic. So, yeah, you went off the grass.
Yeah, I did. I was around the back section, so after the flat out right through fifth, I touched the grass on the exit.
Amateur. Just kidding, but no. I'm not racing because I'm commentating. I'm better at this, I feel, than racing. I'm pretty terrible. But no, excellent on P3.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jack Ashton, hot off the sim, P2. I'm expecting better.
Oh, no, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, it's a good time.
No,
it's a good time.
There's some good competition here today, so happy with that. But I was surprised I actually got P2 with that lap because it wasn't exactly...
No, it looked tricky. It's a really fast circuit, this, in the DTM, isn't it?
It is, but it can be a lot quicker when there's a load more rubber down, and I was just waiting for that rubber to lay down. And because it was only you on a single track, you weren't really laying the rubber down as much as I'd like it. And then bad timing on the pit stop on my behalf at the end as well. I did an outlap and it was finished, so didn't really get the time I wanted, but to be second, happy days. Yeah,
it's a good effort for anyway like that. But yeah, like I say, we don't know who the groups are going to be because we're going to find out from for this qualifying. So strategy for the race?
Give it large.
Give it large. Give it large. Spot on. And then on to our pole man, Luke Bennett. Luke, obviously, pole, you must be pleased with that one.
Yeah, very pleased. I mean, I could have gone faster, but I've got pole. That's all that matters.
Yeah, so well, we've got the group 2 going out now, and of course they're qualifying. Could mix up this one at the moment, so it's only just to determine who's going to be obviously in for what groups and qualifying positions for that one. But no, cracking time. Again, how are we thinking strategy-wise going into the race?
Well, better than last time, hopefully. I mean, last time obviously I had a drive-through and a stop-go. Still managed to bring it back to 4th, which I was really pleased about. So this time, if I don't get a drive-through and a stop-go and just control the pace of the race, I'll be happy.
Excellent. And of course, track limits are a big one on this one, of course, with running wide at Paddock, Graham, things like that. The sim is really hot on keeping an eye on that one. Have you been struggling at all with that? Have you had any warnings come up already?
I've not really been struggling with track limits. It was more the pit exit, because practicing at home, I had a different pit exit to what they did here. So I had 2 drive-throughs in practice. But that'll be the only thing for me, the pits. I haven't really had an issue with track limits.
Yeah, spot on. Excellent stuff. Well, well done on the pole, and best of luck in the race. Spot on. Cheers. So that's our 3 for the A qualifying. We'll head over now to the second group in just a moment, so please do stick around. So you join us back live as we see DTM going straight off into the gravel, and I believe that's Stuart French. So that's not a good start from Stuart French, straight off at Srdtm's corner there for his first one. If you are just joining us, welcome to Simply Race for the Simply Race DTM Championship. It's round 2 from Brands Hatch GP. And of course, we're in qualifying at the moment, so you've not missed any races yet. We've yet to start the first of our 55-minute races here. And of course, 2 groups in this one, 20 drivers in total, and this is going to determine who is going to be put into the A final, or the A race out and the B race. So of course, the top 10 from qualifying overall will go through. And of course, we had 9 drivers in the previous one, 11 drivers in this one, 20 drivers in total. So we'll give you a heads up of who is going to be moving forward into the A race and who's going to be starting our first race in the B. So as you can see, drivers are just making their way out. Qualifying has only just started, so you can see 8 minutes remaining left on the clock. And a great on-board shot here off the front of that car, and a big oversteer moment for the number 2 of Matt Goodgescott. That is not ideal for him. So again, these drivers struggling with the fresh track conditions. The track does start off green at the moment, so not a lot of track temperature out there. 13 degrees at the moment and barely any rubber. Of course, cold tyres as well is going to be a big factor. So these guys are going to have to really work on that to get these tyres up to temperature. Nice pink livery who we've got there. Now, please, nobody tell me who that is. I'm going to try and work that out myself. Who's the only person with pink in their livery? It's his own livery. Okay, so it's the number 26. And that doesn't help me at all. So I'm going to look at the number on the side, and then that's going to determine who it is. So I can see a 3, so that's Avram. So there we go, that's who it is. Costas Avram, yes, own livery, in the Mercedes, yes. Okay, so he's in the, that would be easy to remember. So thank you for such a distinctive livery, that will help me out massively. First time's in, Tizen goes into provisional pole, instantly gets knocked down by Ben Bennyworth. That's a much better sort of qualifying time that we see from him compared to what we saw in the Formula round earlier on this morning. So he's gone in with a provisional pole time of 1:19.3. And is he going to hold on to that one? So he's 1/10 clear of Tizen. Then it's Jessup in 3rd. He's done a 1:20.0. French, who of course hasn't put a decent time in yet. We did see him go off at Srdtm the last time around. P4 currently for him. Then we've got P5 Watts. Then it's Paul Day that we're looking at. I think this is Paul Day that we're looking at the moment. Oh, apparently this is Ben Bennyworth. Yes, it is. Sorry. Cool. So, again, apologies if I do get these names mixed up. I am trying to learn these liveries as I go along. It is tricky for one person to do it. More comments coming in. I'll be watching you, Sean. And Sean instantly replies with something that means I don't think he's going to do very well. I've not read it. I don't think watching you is a good thing. He might put him off. So watch him, there we go. And then if he doesn't get through to the A final, it means he gets to join me on commentary again. And if you want that, distract him massively in this, and that will help us out. So, this is still watching qualifying. Blue livery here. I can see a number 2. I can't see a number 2. I can see a number 2, so it's Tizen. Excellent, there we go. I'm getting better at this. So this is Tizen in the blue livery with the white stripe. That's a nice distinctive livery as well, so that's going to help me out massively. He's still P2. Is this B group or A group? So this is the second qualifying, so we've not going to be in B and A group. So you're going to come in with something? I thought my microphone was failing. No, is it failing? I think it's still good. It's okay, okay, so microphone's still good. So if this is the second qualifying, basically, but yeah, we're yet to determine who's going to be in the A and B race at the moment. So we'll let you know that as soon as this qualifying is over. Of course, it'll be the top 10 from both the qualifyings put together. So again, we're yet to find that out. So who have we got here? That's the number 3 on the side. So this is Watts, and Watts is going wide. at Sterling. So Sterling's definitely not a good corner that you do want to go wide on. I have gone wide there before. If you go onto my very not popular YouTube channel, you will see a time where I try to beat 4 times now British touring car driver Colin Turkington's lap record round this track in the BMW. And I got it very wrong at that corner and broke the sim. So there we go. So if you want to go check that out, on YouTube. Anthony Jordan, go check it out. Or don't check it out. Either way. Anyway, on board with Avram, who we've got here at the moment. So currently P6, 120.231. He's not coming to the pit lane yet, so he's not got a fresh set of tyres. Good on-board shot that we've got here. These DTMs are absolutely fantastic. They haven't got the greatest at the moment in terms of, what's the word I'm looking for? Interior, I think is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, not the nicest interior. It's all carbon fibre, but nonetheless, it's a very nice car indeed. Through Sheen Curve for Avram in his nice pink car there, P6 at the moment. Is he going to improve on this lap as he heads towards the final corner again? Very tricky this corner. You can carry a lot of speed through here, but you don't want to run too wide. And I think he's going to be diving into the pit lane. Yes, he is. So that's no lap from him there. So who have we got here? And this is a driver that we've seen before. And it's a 7, so it is French. Yeah, Stuart French. So he's a 120.529 at the moment. Believe he is, how far off the pace is he? 1.2 seconds. So again, I did expect a little bit quicker from French at the moment. But of course, he's about to finish a lap here. So let's see what sort of time he's going to get through this final corner. Again, round he goes. Is he committed? Yes, he is. So he's going round again, very wide, all the way to the edge of the circuit, towards the start-finish line. What's the time he's going to get for Stuart French? And he's got a 120.699 on that one, so slightly slower than his best time, so no improvement from him yet. Over the start-finish line, that was Bennyworth, still leading with the 119.3. And I think that last lap that he did was actually taken off him from track limits. There's actually a lot of track limits times that we can see out there. Track limits is quite key on this one. Callum Cripps, well, thanks for covering me this weekend, DJ. Very welcome. It's a shame you're not here. We could have done it together. So Sean was okay on the Formula qualifying. He's just flipped me the bird. So there we go. Yeah, but no, shame you're not here. But hopefully you're enjoying whatever it is you are doing today, which is probably nothing. That was kind of like a chest cam. That was. We couldn't really see much. So, but here we are with Bennyworth still leading the way. Let's see if he can improve his time. Like I say, his last lap I think was taken away from him. Let's see if he can improve it this time around. So he's not got any purples in this sector alone. Matt Goodgescott's just gone up into P3 actually, so that's a good time that we've seen from him. It looks a bit squirrely out the exit there. Didn't look that committed through the final corner. Holds it to the inside, right to the line. He must be happy with it. 119.7, so a lot slower. Jessup has just moved up into P2 and has got absolutely no gap between them. 0.07 of a second between Jessup and Bennyworth. 119.386 versus the 119.308, so a massive difference. Watts moves up into P4 as well. He's just put in a 119.592, so the track must be getting faster out there. And not long left on the clock, 20 seconds left. Who is going to have time to get another lap in? Not too sure. As we're on board here with Goodgescott, as he goes through, he's down in P5 at the moment, 119.6. His last lap was taken off him due to track limits. And again, this circuit can really penalise you on that one. So as we go up the hill now and towards Sheen Curve, cut the track nicely, a little bit wide there, so didn't get too much momentum through there. Towards Sterling's again, hook it on that inside curve, don't run out too wide. He did slightly, so this is a little bit of a scrappy lap. I don't think he's got to improve this time. He's got no more time for another lap. This is going to have to be the lap. A bit wide out the final corner as well. He's missed the apex. I don't think he's going to improve. Matt Goodgescott crosses the line and he goes P6. No, he goes P1. It is the fastest time. I'm absolutely amazed from that from Goodgescott. It looked like the scrappiest lap ever, but he just put in a 118.987. Avram was on provisional pole recently. He just took Bennyworth off, but he got a 119.0. 7.6. So only person into the 18s is Scott. Rest of the field coming through. Jessup is yet to respond. I don't think he's out on track at the moment. If he is, he's on sector 1. Who have we got here? Is this Jessup that we're watching here? 5th place? I believe so. Yeah, 4th place. So this is Jessup. So this is a potential person who could take this time off. I'm yet to see his sector 1 time come up. Sector 1, 37.8. So he's gone wide. I don't think he's going to be allowed this lap, even though the system still says he is going to have it. Oh, no, there's a big mistake there. I don't think this lap's going to be quite good enough, but I said that with Scott's lap, and it was good. It was a pole time. So let's just see. Through the second sector, he did a 22.3. This lap is on fire, actually, as he goes through. He's not purple, but it's definitely quick. Is he going to improve that time? Can he try and get into the top 3? No, he can't. He stays P5. Tisn's the only person yet to cross the line, but I don't think he is going to improve either. So I think, as you see it there on your screen, that is the order. And, of course, we're going to get a time machine. I'm going to go get the full results for you. I'll come back and we'll do a rundown of who is going to be in our B race. So qualifying over, and you can see that it's very busy behind me, and drivers clearly happy with their performance. So 3rd place on the grid, we have got Ben Bennyworth. Ben, come in, come in. How was that? So you were leading most of it as well, and then the last minute you got taken by 2 people.
Yeah, I know. Top 3 separated by about a 10th, so it was tight. Yeah, made a good start. Made a good start on the qualifying. I felt quick, but I felt like I could have gone quicker. Came into the pits, changed the tyres, and kind of made a couple of mistakes going through Hawthorns and coming out of, I can't remember what the name of it, Sterling's, that was it. Okay. And yeah, that pretty much cost me pole position by about a 10th. So.
Yeah. Compared to obviously the last round, how are we feeling confidence-wise going into this?
This is the first round I've done of DTM, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you weren't even here for the last one. Sorry, I wasn't here for the last one either, so that's why I forgot. I should really do my research, I think, but I didn't. But yeah, so going into that one, it was obviously Brands Hatch, great circuit, fast circuit as well, and you say struggling with some of those quicker corners. Track limits as well. Have you been struggling with track limits at all?
No, I've been all right with track limits. Generally felt quite quick. I think we can, well, I think I can probably pace for the top 3 maybe, and I don't know where it's going to put me for qualifying for the race overall. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
Definitely so, but again, P3, well done, and yeah, we'll see how you do in terms of the split for the B&A race. So yeah, spot on. Cheers. Ben Bennyworth there, 3rd place. We'll get 2nd place in. Who was 2nd? It's Costas, isn't it? Costas. Yes, excellent, Costas. You did round 1, didn't you? Yes. You did indeed. How was this track comparing to round 1?
It went, so yeah. Settling in.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to try this one, are we? We're going to go for a second, Mike. Is it on? There we go. You hold on to that one. There we go. So, no, so again, fantastic circuit, this Brands Hatch. Again, I quite mention it a lot, the track limits, because it can really play with you. I know it is quite brutal. You could run slightly wide, even though you feel like you're still got a tyre on the track, it can get you for it.
Yeah, I mean, it caught me out in practice, luckily. I was on a quick lap. The 3rd fast right-hander, I just clipped that a bit too narrow, and yeah, it disallowed the lap, so luckily I stayed away from that in fully.
Oh, excellent. But yeah, like I say, P2, you got it on the last lap. How was it when you crossed the line and just saw P2 and you're like, yes?
Yeah, it is do or die.
Yeah. Excellent. But no, going into the race, any strategies you're thinking for the first couple of corners?
Keep my nose clean.
Yeah.
Just going to keep pointing in the right direction and yeah, just try and bring it home.
No, definitely so. But no, best of luck, P2. Well done on that one.
Cool.
And yeah,
Thank
we'll
you
see
very
you in the
much.
races.
Cheers.
Spot on. I'll take that from you. Excellent. And then we'll head over to, of course, our pole sitter man, who is already as tall as me, and he's miles away from me at the moment. If we actually go, is his head going to be in shot? No. Yes, okay, I'm small. Leave me alone. Matt Scott, here we go. There we go. Let's step back.
There we go. I'm in the shot now.
You're in the shot. No, spot on. But no, Paul, were you a bit worried you weren't going to get a time in?
Yeah, I was really struggling with the grip levels on the first run. I tried to go as long as I could, leave it, and then get new tyres for the last run. I think I left myself a bit too much to do on my last kind of just one run.
Yeah, it did seem to be like we were watching your pole lap as you were doing it, and
It's a bit scruffy.
it was, wasn't it? I was say I could see you missed the apex at Sheen Curve.
Yeah.
Sterling's you ran wide, and Sheen and
Yeah,
Clark Curve as well.
It wasn't
You
pretty.
went wide as well, and I was thinking he's not going to improve this time. And then out the back, 118.
Yeah, I made the time up in the second half of the lap. The first half was like even. It was just no grip at all. It was really different to practice. So caught
I
us
say
out.
they restarted the service, so there was a green track in both levels. So I was saying how a driver's going to find this. They
Yeah.
practiced with a solid track for practice, and then green layout on that one. But no, you got pole position in this one. Yet to see how you do.
I think I
for
start sixth.
sixth
so-
in the A race.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So-
So yeah, you got a bit of time to wait now.
I got a break, and then we'll see if we can improve on where I am at the minute.
Yeah, no, excellent. Again, any strategy secrets you can give us? No one's watching this, don't worry.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I'm reasonably good on tyres, so I'm hoping that either an undercut or an overcut might work out for me.
Yeah,
We'll see how other people do on those.
excellent. And you're okay with the pit entry?
Yes,
And
I haven't messed it up once yet. So
Good. Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Cool. Excellent stuff.
Cool.
Well, congratulations on the pole in that
Cheers, mate.
qualifying, and yeah, we'll see how you do in the race.
Yep.
Spot on. Cheers. Thank you. Lovely stuff. Well, great to chat to the top three. I'll come a bit closer now where it's actually in focus, but Matt is a lot taller than me. But yeah, we'll head over to the races in just a moment, and we'll let you know who has made the B and A race in just a moment. Stay with it. So, welcome back to the first race of the day, and it's the B race. So, as you can see with the qualifying results, here is your lineup for the B race. Wilson on pole with Jessup on his heels in P2. Then it's Watts, Talbot, Day, French, Williams, Villar, Charlesworth, and Alga. That is your grid for the B race. Meaning, if you're supporting a driver and his name is not there, congratulations to them. He is straight into that A final, as Sean King next to me has fist bumped the air because he's made the A final, and that's why he's going to join me on comms for the B race. Sean.
Hello, DJ.
Hello, Sean. Excellent. So, DTM Brands GP, you qualified third. Surprisingly. So I was surprised as well.
So was everyone, I think.
Everyone was, yeah. How did he do that? Anyway, but support...
third first round as well, remember?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, but there we go. So, as you can see, we've got lots of support coming in. Edson Manguera, who raced earlier today, he's joining us on the stream. Edson, nice to see you. Keep your comments coming in. Lou Costin coming in with a very, very good comment. It's Anthony Jordan, Alpha Live's fastest commentator. That is an official title that I do have for 2020.
But he is their only commentator.
I'm not their only commentator. There are many, many, many others who are much better than me, I can tell you that. And then Sean King, you're in two places at once, Sean.
Yeah, I've got my phone with me so I can comment on it. But
exactly.
Now I can do Simply Race comments as well.
Exactly, look at that.
I have the power.
You can be on both sides. You can write a comment on your one, and then you can get Simply Race to instantly agree with you.
Did you watch Hockenheim? Did you watch it back?
I did watch a couple of minutes.
We did a quick run through the grid earlier. Grant is next to me and talking in my ear. He's giving me a little bit of hints and
advice.
Advice.
We've gone through the grid, Grant. We're way with that. Now, this is a grid start, am I right in saying that? It is, yes. So, the formation grid, of course, Wilson starting on pole. He's in that purple livery there with Jessup in the blue. Now, it's Talbot in the red, you can just see there in P4 with Watts. Watts has got the white livery. Okay, so it's Wilson on the inside, Jessup on the outside. The inside line is obviously the favourable line here, isn't it, going into turn one?
Especially as you don't want to get washed out wide into the gravel.
And it's a staggered grid as well, isn't it? So that's going to make it interesting. If you're at the back of the grid, you can see nothing but diffuser and wing. But we're on the grid. The lights are going to go out. We're going to get this race underway in just a moment. So stay tuned. Good luck to Chris. Please don't let me down.
That's right, Emily.
He's going to let you down. Here we go. Race is going to get underway, and it's a good start.
Oh.
Tons of wheel spin from Wilson. Straight away, loses the lead to Jessup. Jessup going round the outside, and is he going to try and hold on to that inside line there? He's got Talbot who's trying to go defensive, and that's a big battle for French and Day. It's so important. It's covered the entire screen.
Got the inside line.
There we go, it clears.
He's made it stick. He's back into first.
It's a good start from Wilson then. Wilson holds on to it. There's a bit of contact from Jessup. They both stay on. He may have got a track limits warning from that. I'm sure race control will look at that and go, no, don't worry. We'll let you off for that one. You were helped off.
Again.
So down the inside again tries Jessup. Jessup doesn't do it. Colin Talbot there, right in the back, in third place, doing a sterling job. Then it's Watts, French, Day, Villar, Williams, Charlesworth and Alga. The best run, I would say, from this one. Everyone seems to be about equal, actually. So a couple of drivers gone down, a couple of positions only gone up, as there's a bit of smoke from the background there as everyone tries to get through. Brake lights coming on for Jessup as they go down the hill now towards Sheen Curve through Dingle Dell. And then it's going to be a great start from this, already opening a gap, Sean.
He is already opening a gap, but he does have the pace. I raced him here before in a practice race, and he was really quick. So wonder if he'll make a gap and actually get through to this A final like he really wants. He just missed out last time in Hockenheim.
He did indeed. French up another position on Watts. So French moving up into P4. Watts moving down 2 positions now from his original qualifying position of P3, I'm going to say. Or P4, sorry. No, P3. I was right.
You were right the first time,
I was right the first time. I always correct myself. But there we go.
I would expect French to go after the leaders now and try and make some ground. He won the B final last time round as Colin makes a mistake going to Paddock Hill.
Yeah, Colin very wide at Paddock Hill bend and having to defend hard from French. French having to back out of it, and that's backed him up straight into Watts. Watts running slightly wide out of there as well, so already opened up, and now Watts is under pressure from Villar in the black and green livery DTM just behind. Again, Watts going very wide. You've got to watch out for that because the track limits will get you.
There's 2 reasons not to touch that AstroTurf. 1, it's extremely slippy. 2, track limits and a penalty.
Definitely so. It's not going to be worth your while. And here comes French round the outside in towards Hawthorns. He's gone round the outside of Talbot. It's a great overtake.
And here
Talbot having
Watts.
to be defensive.
Oh, he's on the grass.
Forces Watts onto the grass, like you say, but no, brings it back onto the circuit. Colin really struggling here. His car seems to be much slower than the rest of them. I'm not sure what's happened this lap around as he goes in towards, now this is, I was about to say Stilton there, but it's Sterling's, a popular cheese that you can see. But as he goes through, a popular driver and cheese. There we go, as they go through into the final corner. He's managed to hold on to it this time, but it looked like he was really struggling with pace. Here's Villar. He's now under pressure from Williams. This is really concertining it up now as they go through. But everyone now starting into a single file.
There's only less than half a second between the front two now as well. So Wilson and Jessup are still together further up the grid. So they're still racing for position, but they're probably going to be sensible of each other, knowing they're going to get through to the A final if they stay in those places.
Of course, yeah, for those who are wanting to know, the top 5 is the crucial number. So the battle for 5th is going to be the key one, and I believe it's kind of actually what we're watching now. So Villar's in 6th place, Watts is in 5th. So this is 5th place. This is the last spot to get through to the A final. And of course, Colin is going to be wanting to get into that A final. He wants as many CamSport cars in that A final as possible. And we've already got, how many, 2?
You've got 4 in the A final
so
already.
There's 4 already in the A final. Colin's going to want to make it 5.
And then Wilson will make it 6 as well, and he's currently in P1.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly, that's that. So there could be 6 CamSport cars. You guys are getting greedy.
I know, we have 6 drivers.
You got 6, getting greedy. Here we go, so Talbot as we go through Sheen Curve again towards Sterling's, and again, whoa, Watts is all over the back of Talbot, isn't he?
Talbot's having the widest DTM car you've ever seen. They're pretty wide already, but
they
he makes it wider.
Wide. He does make it wider. Colin, I have to say, Colin is very good at defensive driving when he needs to.
I think the problem with driving that way is you're constantly trying to keep someone behind. When you make that slight mistake, they will go past.
Exactly
and
that.
You in the dust.
Exactly that. And here comes Watts down the outside for that crucial 5th place position. No, can't quite do it. Colin holds him off. So Watts is really trying everything he can. Now, at the moment, both of these guys are through to the A final. They don't actually really need to battle each other. But of course, that 6th place battle, Williams has moved up into 6th place now. He's going to want to try and get onto the back of this. And if these two keep battling the way they are, Williams is going to catch right up to the back of them in no time.
Yeah, and one of them's going to miss out if all 3 of them get involved in that fight.
Exactly that.
Williams, obviously the standing driver for Luke Austin, who can't make it this round. So sorry we can't see you, Luke, but you've picked a good standing by the looks of it. He's making his way through the grid now.
Yep, so Williams working hard to redeem Luke Austin's position. So working well on it as we keep watching this battle here for 5th place. Talbot and Watts as they go through. Now Watts has lost 2 positions already, so already he's on the back foot. Talbot is qualified 4th for this one, so he started 4th, so he's managed to hold his grid slot. And of course, this is the person that he's not battled. So, and Watts going wide again, and is he at spin? Is it a spin? He has no. It's a massive shame for Watts, and he's going back down the order, 8th place. That's a massive recovery drive now. He's going to need to get back up into P5 if he wants to get into the A final.
Who's this? Is this Paul Day on the back of Vlar, I think?
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Day on Villar. So Day in the purple livery, looking to the inside of Villar, down into turn 1, Paddock Hill Bend. Is he going to try and go for it? No, breaks super early, backs out of it.
So Day has joined this championship after doing the FT50 this morning and thought, you know what, I'll try it. So
give it a go. Why not?
Give it a go.
Yeah.
So he's in 7th. He's only 2 positions back from making it to the A final, and he looks like he's got some pace about him.
Definitely does, doesn't he? So, yeah, it was a last second. I do remember that, actually, yeah. So he came out, is there any space left in it? And I went, yeah, there is.
Vlar goes wide there onto the AstroTurf again. You don't want to be doing that too often. He sends it down the inside.
Good move.
Great move by Paul Day. Blocks him off on the apex as well, so he can't get any speed out of the corner. Will he actually get the slipstream down here and try it through Hawthorns?
Will he get the slipstream? I think he's definitely got the slipstream as they go down. Is he going to try and go down the inside of Hawthorns? That is a brave move if he tries it. No, backs out of it. Sensible decision there from Villar. Again, just hold on to it. Try and get back a little later on. Now, Williams is up into B5, so Williams has got that crucial moment. We're back with Wilson now at the front of the pack, and Jessup's still there.
Jessup's still there,
Again,
yeah.
they don't need to fight. That's the problem with this race, is that with the B race, is that if you're in the top 5, the racing's not that great because they're through to the A final. And that is the main thing. They're not going to win any trophies for this. They're just going to get to the A final. The A final is the one where they're going to get the points. The A final is where they're going to get the trophies. So,
of course, first is better than finishing 5th in the B final because you can start at the back of the grid.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So
It's that is what they're qualifying for P11 basically.
Essentially, yeah.
For the A race. Yeah. So there is a benefit to it slightly. This is French, I believe.
It is Stu
here.
French.
Yeah,
he's
Stuart
actually
French.
very unwell at the moment. So
Is he unwell?
he's unwell.
Well, he's unwell and he's in P3. So well done. There we go. I might print a shirt. You're very unwell, but you're P3. There we go.
He actually won the B race last time round and then finished, I think it was 3rd in the A final at Hockenheim. So he'll be looking to repeat the same sort of...
Oh, what a big moment there. Who is
That is
this?
Paul Day.
It's Paul Day who managed to just get past Villar there. And now Villar's going to be coming back at him. Is he going to try and go down the inside of Hawthorne's? He looked earlier. Yeah, he's going to commit to it. Side by side round there. They bash bumpers slightly.
They give enough room. They give plenty of space to each other there. Oh,
down
no.
the inside, there's no room there. There's contact. They both spin. They both spin. They both go round, and that allows Watts to go back up into 6th, and that's a huge shame.
Villar will definitely receive a penalty for that. I'm sure
Now,
of it.
it looked like a tricky one. Now, he wasn't alongside. It was
he
straight
wasn't.
front to rear contact. It just went straight into the back of him, and you know, it's yeah. I think there's going to be a penalty going towards Villar way.
If it was my call, that's how I would call it, to be fair. But no one wants to see him getting a penalty. But in that case, I don't think Paul did anything wrong, and he just ended up being turned round by his competitor.
Yeah, so again, massive shame for that one, and SRDTM logo flashes up, and it's a replay, and he just tags him there. He's nowhere near alongside.
Back out, though. He did try to back out.
He
so
did.
I feel kind of bad for him, but...
Yeah, but I'm afraid that kind of looked a bit black and white to me there, didn't it? So straight into the back of him, and yeah, it looks like that's going to be a penalty heading towards Villar's way. He's in P8 now, currently. His original qualifying spot, but something tells me he's not going to be there for much longer. Massive, massive shame for Villar. And of course, Paul Dave, down 4 positions now.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave will be extremely angry about it. He just made, I know he made a mistake just before it, but it doesn't really, he deserves to be taken out like that unceremoniously. It wasn't intentional, as it never is in these sort of races, but unfortunate for Paul Day.
No, definitely so. But for now, that allows Watts back into P6. And of course, Watts, who had a massive issue, and this is the battle that we're watching now, Watts and Williams. Watts needs to get that spot back. If he can, that would be fantastic if he can do that as we go through. Now, I'm just looking at the side of my screen. The stream's actually now about to see what's going to happen. And what have we got, Sean?
I've got from Grant here, race direction, Villar drive-through for contact.
There we go. So a drive-through penalty going out to Villar, who's in P8 currently. Massive shame for him, but like I say, it was pretty black and white. Comment coming in, Emily Wilson. They just need to keep their heads down and get to the end of the race. And that's probably definitely what they need to do. The top 5 just need to work together to try and do that. And there is Villar coming into the pit lane. Now, it was only a drive-through, but he has stopped in the pit lane, so maybe he's going for fresh tyres.
It's a bit early to do that. We're 10 minutes in.
Maybe he's gone for it.
It's a strange one for me. Maybe.
Or is it a...
He's been there for a long time.
Is it a retirement? We're not sure. Is he
know.
stopping? No, he's driving off again. So
did he think he had a stop go, but he didn't?
No,
it's gone up to 16 seconds, and that's a long time because tyres only take 6 seconds in these.
There we go. Okay, so it was a stop-go penalty for that one. He's just clarified. So he sent the original message as a drive-through. It was now upgraded to a stop-go.
Which kind of makes sense for the amount of damage he did to Paul Day's race.
Yeah, of course.
Probably cost him more than 10 seconds on the track. So.
Yeah, well, Paul Day's back in front. And who's that off the track?
I think that is Alga.
I think you could be right. So that's Alga P10 at the moment. He's not lost or gained any position, so if anything, he's probably doing the best out there. So here we go then. This is Paul Day again. No, this is not. This is Jessup. So this is Jessup. This is the battle for second place. That looks like it's closed up slightly.
It's constituting together and apart. It's going between about half a second to a second. No one's really attempting to go for a pass. I think if they're going to fight out for the first place, they'll probably wait until later in the race. Or they'll go for the undercut, see if they can jump in the pits earlier, get a good lap or two under their belt, and come out in the lead.
No. Good stats there. You said that much calmer than me.
Did I?
Yeah.
I tried to.
You're right. You're on that there. No, perfect. There we go. So these guys pretty much level on race pace. Here's the battle again for 5th place. This is the important battle out on circuit. Williams is in that final spot to get into the A final. Watts just behind him, the recovering driver who span earlier on, is trying to get back this position, and he is definitely going for it. He has massively closed that gap up now as they go through Sheen Curve towards Sterling's. Again, hook it in, and this is where it all went wrong for Watts earlier on. He went wide, got on the power, and bashed it straight into the barrier. Not this time around. He's going to try and go for a move, hopefully in these next couple of laps or so, I would imagine. He's got a good run out of here. Now he's going to try and get that slipstream. Is he going to try and tuck in here? Is he going to go to the inside? He's got a good run now. Is he going to try and go down the inside? Williams goes defensive. Williams holds that inside. Is he going to try and get the switchback? Round the outside? No, he can't. So he has to stay behind. Again, plenty of time. 42 minutes left to try and get that position.
Yeah, it's plenty of time. Oh, he's gone really wide.
He has gone really wide. Williams. Oh no, Luke Austin, look away, Luke Austin. There we go, as they go
the inside
through.
line still, though.
He has still managed to look after. I suspect Luke Austin is at wherever he is, on the edge of his seat, biting his fingers off. Edson Manguera comes in.
Talbot in third. Yeah,
Talbot
I just realised, I was just talking to Grant about this, because Stu French was in third,
Yeah,
and he
was.
suddenly dropped down
Yeah.
to fourth. So
Yeah. Talbot's doing well. If Talbot can hold on to that, you got 6 Cam Sport cars in the A final.
very happy with that.
Excellent start. There's no team points in this, is there?
No.
No, good. There we go, because that'd be unfair. Take all the team points.
But we're not going to take each other out.
Well, you say that. There we go. Anyway.
Good first round.
We look forward to that. Excellent. But no, still very close at the front.
That Grant, through his super sleuthing, has found out what happened to Stu French.
Oh, what happened to Stuart French? He's in P4 currently. And are we going to get
Here it is.
a textbook replay? Here it goes.
All turn 3.
On
Gone
the
wide.
Astro, gets the power on.
And into the barrier. He's lucky we don't have damage, and there goes Colin. So that's what happened to Stu French.
There we go. So Colin working well there, keeping his head down. Again, cool, calm, collected, and consistent. That's what you need.
And here he is on screen right now as he heads down towards turn 3 that we just saw a second ago with Stu French going wide.
Yep. And absolutely spot on. Stuart French isn't that far behind still.
No,
but,
he's not far.
It's still fairly close.
And this is back with the 2 leaders. We've got Jessup and we've got Wilson. It stayed exactly. It looks the same thing every time we cut back to it. It looks almost identical to what happened last time we saw them.
Yeah.
It's staying consistent.
Now, I'm not sure if we've got an issue with one of the sims, but we've got Alga with a DNF there. Now, that means that he has been... so he is still on track. So I think he's just getting a reset for maybe a potential technical issue with him. So we should see him back out on track very shortly.
We're hoping to see him back out. He was struggling quite a bit with the pace. He was about 2 seconds off the actual race pace, but we're hoping to see him back out on the track. We don't like to see anyone DNF in a race.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
And Grant has just talked to us from above.
Yeah,
it's like hearing the voice of God.
The little man in the ear. the man in the ear.
Yeah, the man on your shoulder.
Yeah, the man on your shoulder in your ear.
And told us that Paul Day's made his way back up to 7th after being down in 9th earlier. So hopefully he can make his way back. It's 20 seconds between him and a place to get through to the A final.
Yeah, definitely so. And the gap between Williams and Watts at the moment is, I'm going to say, nothing. Yes, it's
Pretty
still a
much.
very close battle out there. Here we are, back with it. Now, of course, with there being so long left in the race, is he just going to try and, just stay there, keep him in front of him and just try and get the cutback? Because as long as he gets to the A race, I'm sure Watts is not going to be bothered if he starts at the back for the A race, as long as he gets to the A race.
As long as he gets there, yeah. And he's looking at races he did when he was behind him earlier. I don't know whether he gained a lot from being in the slipstream down the straights, and that's what kept him with him. But at the moment, Williams looks comfortable.
No, it looks very comfortable, yeah, I have to say. We've seen a couple of squirrely moments, though, but, at the moment, he's got a good rhythm now. He's dialed in, and he's doing a sterling job. So, Luke Austin, you can continue watching now. He's doing better. There we go. On board, this cracking shot here. We'll see the compression in the tyres here as it goes through. Look at that. You can just see the tyres bobbling. They're a great shot, isn't it?
It's nice to know the physics in R2 works so well. Just a little squash and the suspension working overtime.
Yes, definitely. And you'll definitely probably see the brake discs start to glow. I know when we ran the 24 hours before and the endurance races and everything like that, you would see the brake discs at night glowing orange under the strain. But can't quite see it from this angle, can you?
Not exactly, no. I think it's just inside the wheel, a bit too deep inside the wheel. You might see it now. Oh, no, maybe not.
No, can't quite see it now. But there we go. So that's still a very close battle. And, of course, this is the battle that we're going to be wanting to watch. If you have only just joined us, welcome to Simply Race for the Srdtm Championship. We are midway through our B race for tonight. The top 5 from this. We're not midway through. Okay, fine. We're 15 minutes in or something.
Almost 20 minutes in, but I'll give you
that. Anyway, so we're some time into this race, and as actually we're going over it, Watts is looking to make a move on Williams now. So Watts is all over the back of him. Luke Austin again, look away. Here we go as they're going through into Dingle down towards Sheen Curve.
I think Watts heard me when I said that he was backing off a bit and letting him have space. He's like, I'm not having that.
Not having that. I'll get back at him now, get back at him. There we go as they go through. So here we go through this one. Now you can get a little bit of a slipstream here. As we go into the final corner, he's looking to the inside, not close enough, looks back, and then down into the again. Now again, with the slipstream, again, potential run on the inside here for Paddock. Is he going to try and do it? Now Williams goes defensive. Watts follows as they move back to the outside for the braking zone, swinging it down, and then through Paddock Hill. Nice and easy, guys, not too wide again. Got to watch that track limits. Heavy braking for Druids.
No, he's gone too deep.
And he has again, doesn't he? Gets a little bit of pressure. This seems to be a little bit of a carbon copy of what we saw earlier. Cut back to the race leaders, and they're ever so close now. 0.2 of a second between these two. Nothing as they go through Hawthorns, the very fast corner. And we got both battles now, so we can see both because our cameraman is brilliant.
The fight for the leader of the race and the fight for the final position to get into the A final.
This is what we want to see, isn't it? There we go. I don't know what to look at. There we go.
I'm kind of hoping that P1 and P2 won't try and attack each other too much because they could ruin each other's races potentially if they take each other out.
They could, but that spices it up a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh, Chris went very defensive there into the last corner.
Oh, a lot of curb on the inside as well, and that really unsettled him. And that's now going to allow Jessup to try and potentially go for a move here. He looks to the outside. Wilson's defensive.
They really need to be doing this, is what they'd probably be asking each other. But
they don't need to be doing it, but the reason they're doing it is
it's exciting.
They're making entertainment. Oh,
Watts has got through.
Watts has got past Williams while we were watching. Yeah, he's managed to get that 5th place spot back. So Williams now. Now we've got Jessup trying to send it through. Oh, goodness.
I remember on lap 1 that Jessup actually hit the back of Wilson going into that corner, so we don't want to have that happen again.
No, definitely not. Calm down, lads. Calm down.
They're both in BMWs as well, which is a funny thing to highlight right now. But they are in the same type of car.
Yeah.
I think that doing that has caused Jessup to lose a lot of time on Chris Wilson.
A little bit of on board there with Wilson as we go back, and I think Jessup's has gone, you know what, this is a bit silly. We could potentially take each other out here. So he's pulled back a bit now, which is a very, I would say, sensible thing to do. But Wilson still leading the way. Gap now up to a 2nd. Match still on best times out there. So, Jessup, watch it. Don't push too hard. You know, you're comfortably in P2. You've got a 9-second gap to the guys behind.
We've already seen what happened there earlier. I think it was Vlar earlier in the race that hit the barriers and spun round and went backwards.
Yeah, well, it was Vlar and Day, wasn't it, who had contact?
No, there was someone who dropped it on their own, wasn't there? On that same corner.
Emily coming in. I feel a bit sick watching this. I would be too. You've got your man in 1st place leading, and he's trying to defend for a position that it doesn't really matter anyway.
Don't worry, Emily. There's only 35 minutes left.
Don't worry. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. There we go. The gap's opened up now. You can be a bit calm now. A bit calm. War's that? But,
Chris is super calm. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Go over to the pod and just have a look at it. He's probably sweating profusely.
I won't tell the truth.
There we go. But 34 minutes left on the clock, and it's still anyone to play for. Now, Watts has still kept it in front of Williams, and Williams seems to have dropped back massively now. He's going to be coming into the clutches of Paul Day. Paul Day's closer to him than Williams is to Watts.
He must have made a mistake because he did a 1:33 last lap, and that's like 13 seconds slower than the pace.
Yes, I think that is a potential spin from Williams then. That's not the most ideal thing you want to be doing. Colin Talbot, on the other hand, he's having a very quiet
But
race.
he is getting caught now by Stu
He is
French.
getting caught by French. Of course, the position doesn't matter, so if Colin's sensible, you know, he would just, you know, he can defend, you know, it'd be great if he did, you know, exciting for us, and that's what the viewers want to see, and that's definitely what I want to see. But, you know, he doesn't need to. The top 5, again, if you're just joining us, the top 5 from this go through to the A final. This is the B final, 55 minutes long. The top 5 go through to the A final, giving us a 15-car grid for that. And again, the battle for the front. It's unnecessary, but they're doing it.
And we love it.
We love it. There we go. So it's still Wilson leading the way, and that gap's gone down to 0.4 of a second.
Emily's come back saying, Chris, calm.
Yeah, no, he's never calm. There we go.
I think I can see a back marker in front of these two.
Oh, no, that always gives us an exciting moment. Unfortunately, my track diagram in front of me isn't working, so I can't see. But yeah, on the front, we have already lapped a driver, Villar, who obviously he had a stop-go penalty earlier, which is well, definitely not going to help. He had contact with Paul Day.
He did also come back into the pits again straight afterwards.
Did he?
Yes.
I did not know that, so well spotted, sir. But yes, we can see a back marker up ahead, and I don't know who it is.
I think it's Charlesworth. It's pretty safe to assume.
Yes.
He's about 80 seconds back, which is about a lap. So
Well, there you go. Charlesworth. This is, so we've got 2 battles again now for you. So we've got Chris Wilson, Jessup. Jessup late on the brakes there, lost a bit of time, almost collected the back of Wilson's car.
Oh, there's someone off into the gravel. That will be Charlesworth.
Charlesworth, yeah. Charlesworth getting out the way in a very ambitious style, but nonetheless, he got out the way. Now he's got the battle for 3rd place right behind him, so now he's going to have blue flags for this one.
Will he move out the way? Oh,
yes, he does. Yeah, he does very quickly. So excellent driving
Charlesworth.
from Charlesworth there. Yeah, he manages to get out of the way, and that keeps that battle going. French a little bit wide out of there as well.
The only thing I will say is that Jessup at Paddock Hill, he put all 4 wheels onto the curb. And here, when you do that, it tends to give you a track cut warning.
Well, yes.
So that's 1 already for Joe Jessup.
Well, yeah, there we go. So, back at the front, Jessup and Wilson still battling hard. We've got more comments coming in. Edson Mangera, what does he say? If he's not, then I'm sure we would have heard him shouting. Yes, it's very true.
Chris isn't as much of a shouter as I am.
No, Chris doesn't shout. Sean King is the angriest man in the world when it comes to sim racing. I've got much evidence on my phone of that. If you would like to see it, do let me know, and I will try my best to get it out there. Jessup, chill your wheels, mate, from Emily Wilson. Jessup's not listening. Jessup wants to overtake Wilson.
Emily's trying to defend Chris from the comment section.
Excellent, excellent. Emily, you need to get down here and just go in front of Jessup's and just put your hands in front of him or something. There you go.
Yeah, just put him off a little bit, yeah.
Put him off.
Put a fan on behind his head. And Stu French is right on the back of Colin Talbot now as well, right there. Is he going to make a move soon, or is he going to play it smart? Is Colin going to defend? All his questions answered on the next episode.
Oh, dear me, that was terrible. There we go. And that's the last time Sean King ever does commentary.
Oh, no. I knew it was coming at some point.
Steady. Anyway, back with Wilson and Jessup. Jessup again, still all over the back of Wilson. He's not going to let him get away, is he? He wants that win, doesn't he?
He must be cooking the tyres doing this.
He's trying to prove a point. But it doesn't matter because he's still on the pace. He's still with him.
French right in the back of Talbot there.
Oh, it's holding up on both of them. Jessup
And
as well.
Talbot's going
They're
defensive.
doing it at the same time. Don't do it at the same time. I don't know who
I'll
to
watch the bottom corner, you watch the top.
Jessup round the outside. Can't do it.
Talbot goes
Slots back.
defensive, stops French.
Oh, goodness
Into
me.
Sterling, going down towards the final corner.
Oh, I need a bottle of water. Oh,
Don't worry, you've got Rubicon instead.
no, I've run out.
Other drinks are available.
I've run out.
Can someone tell
Talbot
Joe
dives in.
second place is
Talbot
good?
in the pit lane. Talbot in the pit lane. So he thought, forget this. I'm going to put some new tyres on. Where does he come out onto circuit, though? This is crucial for Talbot, because if he gets caught up in traffic again, he doesn't want that. So he needs to make sure he's doing that.
Oh.
Again, Jessup's still
Funny
over the
enough,
back
we've
of
actually
Wilson.
got Nick Jessup in the comments saying, can someone tell Joe second place is good? So I'm with you, to be honest, Nick. I don't know if you're a relationship. I'm guessing so with the Jessup. But we want him to fight, to be fair, but...
Well, there we go. So we've got Emily Wilson, supporter of Chris Wilson, telling them to please stop. You've got Nick Jessup telling
He's telling Joe to please calm down. It's
Calm
second. It's
down.
fine.
Oh, it's funny. No, carry on. Keep going. It's excellent. It's good.
We love this racing.
It's good. Keep it going. It's exciting. So there we go. As they keep going round, it's still super, super close between those. It's who's going to break first, who's going to go into the pit lane.
Oh, Emily's also said that she actually asked if she could come down today, and she thinks Chris is trying to keep her away.
Distraction. I don't. No.
Oh, he's pulled
here
in.
we go.
He's gone for tyres.
Wilson dives into the pit lane. Now he's going to try and. Is this going to work? Is Jessup going to try and get the undercut? Now, it depends if he gets the pit stop right. Jessup now is going to want, right, I need a clear lap here. I need to focus and get this lap done and see if he comes out in front.
This is his best chance of getting first without forcing an overtake.
Well, yeah, exactly. And with all it ending in tears. It didn't end in tears. It's ended, it's ended quite abruptly, hasn't it, with that pit stop. So Wilson in the pits. Again, he needs to watch where he comes out on circuit for that. Where did Talbot come out? So Talbot's come out in P6. Of course, that's pushing Paul Day back up into that top 5. But, of course, Day needs to do his pit stop. Day still yet to do his pit stop. Williams still yet to do his pit stop. And French still yet to do his pit stop. So new order for the top 5. It's Jessup, French, Wilson, Williams and Day in your top 5. But, of course, Wilson is the only person there to have done his pit stop. No one else has. So we need to see where Jessup comes in. So if we could try and get Jessup in the bottom corner with Wilson here on the main screen, if that's a possibility of something we could do, and then we'll see if where they come out.
And Grant has done it straight away.
I don't think is that
Jessup.
It is
Jessup.
Jessup. Yes,
is he going to come in this lap? No, he's got another lap.
He's going for another lap. So we're not going to see it this time around. So this is going to be a crucial one for the lead. Now, in terms of pace, what are they doing? So Wilson's just put in a new best lap of the race, 1:20.184. Compare that to the, or that was actually his best time that he's done before. Actually, Wilson's not yet done a time. I'm jumping the gun here.
You are jumping the gun, yes.
There we go. So Wilson's about to cross the line. So let's see what time he's put in this time around. Again, it probably won't be quick because he was out the pit exit. So let's see. It's a 1:46 last time, and he does a 1:25.2. It was very slow, but again, it is. I think
who's this on track now? This is Day and Williams, and Day is in 4th now. I think French has come into the pits for his pit stop.
Yep, I think you could be right. So, and this is Talbot and Watts. Yep, so Talbot has jumped French. I think French is coming to the pit lane and pulled an advantage.
Lost a lot in this.
Lost a lot of time. Who have we got here? So that's 4th place. So that's Paul Day, yep,
and Williams. They both haven't pitted for tyres yet either.
They both have not pitted for tyres. We do have a new fastest lap of the race. It is Watts in P6. He's just put in a 1:19.2.
So thanks for all your comments in here. So we've got Edson saying French must be so relieved, but he won't be now. He's down in 7th at the moment. He may get net back when other people take their pit stop, but he's down. Constant Deluge, I'm guessing is a Joe supporter. Why settle for 2nd when you could have 1st? Joe is hungry. That's the truth. That is the honest truth. And here he is. He's in the pits now.
Okay, so Jessup's in the pits. Where's Wilson? Where's Wilson? Here's Wilson. So he's coming into the final corner now. I reckon Wilson's managed to hold on to it. It's a quick pit stop though, remember.
But it's a long way to get there to put the pit limiter off.
He's already at the exit of the pit lane. Here we go. Jessup's
no, he doesn't go off until now. Pit limiter comes off.
No, he
Wilson's got it.
Wilson's back in front and he's got an advantage already. So that's not worked out for Jessup at all.
Nope, not at all. And we've got some other comments here saying about Colin, saying he's a very defensive driver and tricky to pass. Hammer down, says Emily to Chris, and he's done that. He's got 2.3 seconds on go at the moment.
Exactly stuff. So we'll keep an eye. Well, Wilson put in a fastest lap of the race on that one. On that last lap around, it was a 1:19.051. So it's a new fastest lap of the race. Now we're back with Talbot and Watts. This is 4th and 5th. So again, they're both in the top 5 at the moment for the A final, but still both yet to pit, I believe.
No, they have both pitted.
Have they both pitted
and
already?
Day hasn't pitted yet. So, Colin's gone.
Contact
oh no, he's gone
Colin.
round.
And Watts slowed down, so I think Watts knew that it was his fault. I don't know. We need to see a replay of that. But Colin down into P6. This is a huge disaster for Colin Talbot in one of the Campsport cars, the only Campsport car, or no, the only Campsport car not to be in the top 5. Obviously, Wilson, also one of the Campsport cars. He's in the top 5 comfortably at the moment. He's looking to go through to the A final. There he is. But a huge, huge disappointment for Talbot. 2 positions down now and 35 seconds off the leader. Now, are we going to get a replay of what happened there? It looked like a little bit of contact.
I didn't see the contact. I thought he'd lost it on his own, but if you've got keener eyes than me. I mean, I do have glasses at home.
Well, there you go. Well, I don't know. I couldn't see, so we'll try and get that to you. But yeah.
But now we'll watch Stu French as he chases down at Watts.
Yes. So here we go. 18 seconds. Only about 1 second down. 1.6 seconds down from the man in front. But he's in the top 5.
And he'll probably be annoyed after being up in 4th, well 3rd I think earlier, and he's dropped all the way back on the pit stops. So now he's going to have to do it all over again.
What Colin is hoping here, that Watts is going to get a penalty, and here we go. No!
Oh, he does.
Well, okay, so it's not intentional. Now you can see here from the replay, if you're really keen-eyed, you can see Colin's already lost the back end.
Yeah,
and because he's slowed down, he's just been helped slightly by Watts. So Watts that's not intentional. Is race control
say
gonna
a
look at
racing
that?
incident, I would, but
I would go
race control will look at it.
Yeah, and I'm sure Colin's going to be frustrated in the car. He's going to think that Watts hit me, and you know he's going to want a penalty for Watts. But if he actually looks at that replay, he'll see that I lost the back end first.
Yeah. To be fair, Colin hasn't shouted, and usually when things go really bad, he tends to shout.
It's very true. You do usually hear Colin shouting in the background if he feels like something's not worked. But
yep. So Wilson seems to have made a mistake, according to Grant, our cameraman here, keeping eyes on all over the track at the moment. As the gap's come down again, and Jessup's chasing him down again. I don't know whether he'll be able to catch him, but considering the pace earlier, there he is in a shot. You just saw him coming into and again just there. I'm sure he will catch on to him. We'll have another battle for first at the end of the race. So I think we'll take that, won't you, DJ?
I'll take that as well. If we get another battle, I'll be very happy with that within the last couple of minutes. 21 minutes left on the clock. We are past the halfway mark, and I would say most of the field has pitted. Now, this is Watts and Day. Yes, that's it. Day hasn't pitted yet, has he not?
I don't think he has. I remember earlier he went round quite badly, didn't he? And he made his way back up to 7th and then jumped everyone when they did pit stops.
So he's in 3rd at the moment. I think that would be an amazing recovery drive if he's managed to do that.
His lap times will tell you, because he's doing 121s whilst everyone around him is doing 19s and 20s.
Yes, so he's not pitted yet. So let's see when he's going to dive in. And this is being a disaster for Watts, because Watts is so much faster but can't get past.
And then French is catching him every lap.
Yeah, exactly that. Are we going to see a potential dive down the inside for the pit lane for Paul Day this time around?
He's gone too wide for that, surely.
Yes, he is. Ooh, that
was a
very
dangerous
close.
entry to the pits, I think. I'm sure Race Control will look at that one as well.
I'm going to say it's okay.
1:18.8 for Jessups.
Oh, wow, yeah, he is flying, actually. Start getting worried again, Emily, at home, because here comes Jessups on Wilson. Now, the gap's less than a second between them two. Jessups is back for more. He said, oh, that was fun. I want to do that all over again.
And he's saying, this race is mine.
He's on it, isn't he? He is on it. So let's see if this battle heats up. If I was Chris Wilson and I could see that car getting bigger and bigger in the mirror, I'd be a bit, oh, no. Emily comes in. I wouldn't be
It's a cracking race.
It is, yeah, exactly. There we go. So we've still got the DNF from Alga, so I think Alga is a retirement from the race, which is a huge, huge shame to see a driver disappear out of the race. So massive shame for that. And Watts apparently has overtaken.
No, Watts has been overtaken by French. Apparently he left the track, went off a little bit, and French has got past him.
We always miss the good stuff, don't we?
I'm guessing it was when he was trying to get past Paul Day, and I think Paul Day's pitted now because he's dropped to 6. So Talbot's got back into the top 5.
So Talbot back in top 5, yes, lovely. So this is working. This is still playing okay for Talbot. You know, he's not as comfortable as he was before. You know, he's running in P3. He was happy, but
13 seconds now though. So
yeah, he's got a 13-second gap to Paul Day. He is comfortable, so we should see him stay there. And you know, with only 18 minutes left of the clock, Wilson going wide slightly on entry, but gets up a late apex. So it's a good racing line still, but he's under pressure. That gap now 0.3 of a second. If you're just joining us, this is the battle for the lead. It's a completely unnecessary battle because they're both through to the A final, but they don't care. They're giving us a race.
Watts is now in 5th, in 6th. He's dropped down the order. He's coming to the pits. Grant reckons that he's probably had a stop-go, maybe that contact with Talbot. I'm not sure.
Well, we've not seen anything about a potential stop-go penalty for Watts. Of course, he did have the contact earlier on with Talbot, but we saw that and it looked like a racing incident. So again, we're not race control. Race control makes the decisions, of course, so we're yet to see if that was actually the case.
Here comes
now,
Joe again.
Here comes Jessup on Wilson. Look away if you're a Wilson supporter. Stay focused if you're a Jessup supporter, because here it comes down the Paddock Hill bend towards Druids. Druids again. And again, Wilson goes slightly wide, doesn't pick up an apex, but Jessup does. Now we go downhill towards Graham Hill bend. Again, both stay the line. Jessup does slightly run wide here sometimes, doesn't this time. Again, the dirty air that these cars produce around some of the faster corners is horrible. So Hawthorne's,
he's gone wide.
Is this one? Again, no, that's Wilson's line. Oh, he did run slightly wide there, actually, that time around. A bit squirrely. So now they're right nose to tail again. He's going to have to slipstream. He won't go down the inside at Hawthorne, so I should hope not anyway. But this is where you can lose downforce being behind so close to a car with all that turbulent air behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cracking stuff at the moment.
He closed up again on the brakes.
Closed up again on the
brakes.
brakes.
He lost it on the exit.
Yeah, but can't quite gain the momentum. The gaps open up to half a second again. So again, it's fluctuating. He's pushing. He's coming back. Is he trying to? Does he not want Wilson in the final? Is he trying to put him off slightly?
Maybe he is, but Wilson is a quick driver, but it seems that Jessup's got the pace at the moment.
It does seem like Jessup's got the pace.
Emily seems to have changed her mind. She wants him to let Joe go past and then roll reversal and then pressure him.
Well, yeah, maybe. That could backfire, though, but you never know.
It backfires with the grip. Chris has driven the entire race without anyone in front of him.
Yeah.
Having to drive without
all of a sudden, yeah.
The aero might put him gone a bit deep there. But he's pulled it back, I think.
Yeah, Jessup's is piling on the pressure to him. Again, that gap's back down to 0.3 of a second. And again, as they go through Graham Hill bend, the very close apex camera there catching all the action as they go now towards Srdtm again. And up the hill, it's a much better exit from both drivers as they go through. Again, slipstream from Jessup. Jessup looks very close. Is he going to try and go for a move this time down in? He's not close enough. What was the drive-through? So we had that?
Yeah, Watts has had a drive-through. That's why he went into the pits earlier.
Did have a drive-through for the contact with Talbot. Okay, I'm actually quite surprised about that. But nonetheless, a decision has been made, and that is what's happened. So that, of course, has allowed Talbot to get back up into P4.
And
so again,
it's actually helped Day get back into the top 5 as
has,
well.
yeah,
after that contact he had earlier with Vlar, and Vlar had a penalty too.
Yeah.
Day's made his way back into a top 5 and into a place in the A final.
No, definitely so. So here we go again. These guys are so close, but they're just not doing anything. It's super annoying. Someone go for a lunge, please.
Just don't end in tears. You want someone to go for the move, but not cause any incidents.
Send it. If you want him to send it, get it on there. # send it. I want to see it. There we go. So there we go. These guys going on.
Oh, they both went wide there.
Slightly wide there. Jessup's and Wilson.
Now, I'm sure that that's the 3rd time that Jessup's has gone wide at Paddock Hill.
He could be in danger for that one. I can't watch, says Emily Wilson. I can. There we go as they go through. Looking at the results that you can see on the screen, everyone is back pretty much in their original positions, bar French and Watts. They're both
switched positions.
Switched positions, but everyone else is back in their original thing. So that just shows the pace that everyone's got.
It's all spread out behind these two. So these two are fighting for the race win. Unnecessarily, but we love it because it's racing, so it's always necessary in racing to fight each other. And then there's about a 12-second gap back to French, and then a big gap back to Talbot as well. And then another big gap back to Day, and 4 seconds to Watts. And there's only a second between him and Williams, but they're not fighting for a place in the A final, just for pride.
No, they are just for pride. So it is close, actually, still between Day and Watts. For that last spot on the podium. I think if they other times cut back, you'll see that there's only a couple of seconds. Yeah. So again, it's a big gap, but it's not
unachievable. Yeah, you can get over that gap.
It's achievable with 14 minutes left on the clock. Now, I don't know what to talk about with these guys anymore. I mean,
Nick Jessup's just said no lunges.
No lunges.
Lunges is what you do when you're doing your classes.
Lunge, send it. There we go, that's what we want to see.
I'm firmly on the side of Nick and Emily where they don't need to fight, but I'm also on the side of saying, we want to race.
Yeah,
we want to race.
Come on, there's no team tactics in this. There's no, let him through, ruin the race. No,
They're not on
battle.
the same team anyway.
They're not on the same team. Battle. Go for it. But
He's
they...
got a good exit, but he's not close enough to go through Hawthorns here.
No, Hawthorns isn't really a corner that you go for an attacking move. You can be gifted and overtaken. Oh, Jessup's going very wide there, using all the track and a little bit more for comfort. Yeah, you don't want to run too wide there at that speed. Yeah, that's going to end in a, well, as race control said earlier, an airplane-sized crash. I think it was.
I think that was more to do with the open wheelers because
well, yes,
the way they actually hit each other.
Yeah,
but
it's,
if you were most drivers in Joe Jessup's position would say, I don't need to keep doing this. I'm in second. I'm going to make it through, and I'm risking my position at this point. But that bit in his brain doesn't seem to switch on. It's like, I'm going for that win.
Well, they're 18 seconds clear from third place, so they can have a bit of fun.
Yeah, but 18 seconds can come down quite a lot if you get buried in a gravel trap and face first in a barrier. Now,
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But
let them carry on.
That's just the way I think as a racer as well. I don't need to risk this, but I do want to win. I definitely want to win.
It is one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those where, you know, yeah, I don't need to win this, but
I want to win this.
You know, it's just like racing. I want it. So there we go. But again, super close. Oh, apparently French has binned it. I
sure,
can see on another screen.
Yeah, Grant is going to find the replay for us, I believe. But yeah, it didn't look very good.
Stuart French.
Will he lose that third position to Talbot?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? So it was quite a big gap that Talbot had to French, and obviously this is the battle that you can't see that we're talking about, so we apologise for that.
There's still a large gap between them, over 25 seconds, well,
20-odd
15 seconds
yeah.
between them.
So here's a replay, running wide on the power. Hello, tire wall. Ouch. There we go. Yeah,
it's
that's
quite lucky
not what
it
you want.
spun him round facing the track.
Yes.
A lot of the time it sometimes put you at 90 degrees to the track.
Yes, yeah. So that always happens to me. Whenever I race, the tyre wall is always so mean to me. It will spin me round.
There's only a second, just over a second, between Talbot and Paul Day now.
Yeah.
So Day is caught onto the back of Talbot. And Watts is still only a couple of seconds back from those. If Colin isn't careful, he could lose his 5th place.
Well, no, because Paul Day is in 5th.
Yeah, but Watts is coming with him.
It's very true. He's just going to have to be defensive, and that's the battle that we got in the bottom left, right-hand corner of your screen.
And
so
you can
keep an eye on that one
just
as well.
see Watts in the background coming through the shots each time.
Yep. So keep an eye on that one there. You can just see it heating up.
Oh, as DJ
talking too
suffers.
much. I suffered there from talking too much. So yeah, a little bit of a break. So
I feel like Joe's getting mixed messages from his fan base here. We've got Nick saying no lunges, and then everyone's saying, "Come on, Joe,
send it." That's what you want.
Oh, he's off onto the Astro.
Oh, too much. Again, I think he's going to realise soon and just think that, you know what, there's 10 minutes left to do. I'm in P2. I'm through. Let's do it. All that meanwhile, this battle further back is heating up. Now, again, Watts is under pressure, I think, from Williams as well. So Williams is right by him. So it's all closing up for the 5th place battle.
I think it's slightly off of that way. The times are very similar on the actual fastest laps, but there's about 9 seconds between those two.
Okay, so I was looking at someone else then, apparently. So there we go, as you can see Talbot and Day through Hawthorns.
Emily, I 100% agree with you. It is all good practice for next race, but I wish they'd save it for later. But I also wish they'd do it now. It's racing, and we want to see proper racing. And Joe's gone quite deep there.
Oh dear.
Will he get a run on into this corner? Will he dive for the inside?
There we go. Wilson then again
under
pressure.
He thought about covering it.
He's late on the brakes.
I think Joe had to back out a little bit there.
Yeah.
But he should get a good run coming down to Hawthorns. Will he make the overtake here?
Oh goodness, no. Hope not.
And Day again catches back up onto the back of Colin.
Yeah.
So Talbot under pressure from Day. Wilson under pressure from Jessup.
Yep, it's all heating up now, both at the front of this top 5 and the back again. Jessup's got a good run here at Dingle. He switches to the outside. Is he going to try and get the cutback here at Sheen Curve?
Is he going to try and go down the inside?
No. Wilson, super defensive. They're going around the outside here. That's a bold move. Wilson's gone wide. Wilson wide. And now Jessup's going to try and go for a move. He's on the outside into the final corner. And he's got it. Jessup takes the lead of this race with 8 minutes to go. And Wilson now, I'm sure he's just going to slot in behind and think, no, I'm not going to try and push harder. I'm still in the top 5. Okay, I may not be leading, but now he's got to deal with racing with limited downforce, limited aero.
But in the words of Four, is it though? Is he really going to do that?
Definitely. There we go. So drama at the front. Wilson loses the lead. Emily tunes out. French still holding in
They've
third.
both gone wide there.
Yep, they're struggling again. Guys, calm down.
And in our
Don't push
picture
too
at the
hard.
corner, we've got Dave right on the back of Colin Talbot again.
Yep, so here's the battle for 4th place. Talbot now defending from Day. Talbot wants to keep this spot really to give a good bumper to Watts in 6th place. He doesn't want to lose that. Now Day looked to the inside there, backed out of it, massively backed out of it actually, and Talbot's got a huge gap again. So that's allowing Watts to close that gap though. It is closing, it's only a couple of seconds now, he is closing. So keep an eye on that one. Talbot again, 4th place, holding, defensive, committed and controlled. Again, it's Day with a big squirrel there. Now he's definitely going to get track limits for that, even though he did lose time because he was well off circuit there, and as he tried to get back on the power, really lost the back end. Now is that going to allow Watts to get back up into that top 5 if he can catch up to the back of Day? That's going to be the important one.
It's possibly, but it looks like they're staying relatively stationed. Watts hasn't really closed in on these two. I've been watching him in the background. He's staying about the same gap away from Paul Day and Colin. But I think these two need to just calm down and bring it to the end now and then get their way into the A final. Otherwise, they're going to risk each other's races not being in that A final.
Yes, definitely so. And it's more of a risk for these guys as well because they're so close to that one. Lots of comments going. Edson going, great move, and we've got a smooth operator. I think I do it better than Carlos Sainz.
I don't think you do.
I think I did.
Carlos Sainz or Carlos Sainz?
Carlos Sainz. I said science. Carlos Science. There we go. He's a clever man. There we go.
Emily is, I think she's tuning out now. She says, as a cracking move, I think I'll tune out for the second race. I can't deal with it. Stay with us for the second race, Emily. It's all good fun and we need someone to support us. We've got, at the moment, all 6 CamSport cars and you can support all of us.
There you go. There you go. Half the grid. Literally, nearly half the grid is CamSport cars. There we go. So, as you can see there, Talbot still holding on to that 4th place. Day with a couple of mistakes earlier on is managing to close that gap up again, but he's not got long to do it. 6 minutes left on that timer. Can he do it? Get your predictions in. Is Talbot going to hold on to that one? Is Day going to get past? And is Watts going to catch up?
He is getting closer now, but he's only got 5 minutes.
He has only got 5 minutes. Well, yeah, 5.5 minutes.
That's more than 5.5. It's almost 6. But
yeah, shush. There we go. But here we go. In towards Sheen Curve again. Talbot's got a good gap here. He's not got much pressure at the moment. But,
Watts is visibly closer this time.
Yes, Watts is definitely closing in. And Day, Paul Day with an opportunity here. Colin Talbot running wide out of Sterling's corner in towards Clark Curve, and again that gap massively closed up. Now of course the longer that Talbot holds Day, that's going to allow Watts to close that gap up to these guys, and he is doing. He's right behind them now. Here comes Day. He managed to not gain any time through that section.
Watts was
under braking though.
1.2 seconds faster than Day that lap.
I'm not surprised.
And here he is, he's right on the back now. You can see him, he's there. He is there.
This is it. So we've got Watts right onto the back of Day, and we know that Watts is going to want this. Watts wants to get
This is that final
into
place.
The A final. Yeah, this is the battle for the A final. Paul Day there that you can see in the blue and white livery. He is the final position to get through to the A race. Watts in the white livery behind him in P6. He needs to get past, and he's going to try and do everything he can to get that done as they go through Hawthorns now. A very fast corner. Paul Day runs slightly wide. Watts gets a better run through the corner as they break now, as they go through Westfield, down Dingledale towards oh, crikey, I'm forgetting the names. Scene Curve. As we try and get the names of the corners
towards
out.
Sterling now as well, as we head towards Clark Curve out the exit.
Yep, through this now. Under pressure now is Paul Day, and Talbot under pressure from Paul Day. So it's all coming into play now for this final spot. Watts has got a good run. Is he going to try and go for a lunge into this time? No, I don't think he's close enough.
One of these guys is going to miss out on the final, unfortunately. But I don't know which one it's going to be. My money at the moment is Paul Day is going to slightly miss out if he carries on like this.
No, I
He's
think
wide.
he is wide out there again, but again, he's okay. He's got to watch out for track limits, though, because that can play dividends there. There we go. So again, they've both caught up to Talbot now. Talbot under pressure from both of these cars. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. The track temperature is 12 degrees. It's got absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about currently, but I said it anyway. Here we go through this section now. And as they go through, they're so close. This is the battle for the last position to get into the A final. And this is only the B race. They're not even winning trophies in this one.
It's all to play for, DJ.
Is,
you have to win
it
races. You have to win. And I agree with you, Edson. 5 minutes to get past Colin is very ambitious.
It is ambitious, but
it's 3 minutes now.
Potentially doable.
Yeah, as Grant's just told us again, that Jessup's pulled out a 13-second lead. In fact, Wilson's lap time was a 1:31 last time round.
Well, Wilson's got a comfortable gap to
yeah, but
these
he
guys.
must have made a mistake. That's 10 seconds slow.
Yeah, it may have done, but again, he's got a comfortable gap. He's still good. He's still good. He's in P2.
And here comes Day.
Day looking for the inside line on Talbot through the final corner. Can't do it this time. Oh, crikey. Got something stuck in my throat there. But there we go. So Watts, again, he's closed up to the back of these guys. But as these guys try to close up and start battling, it's going to allow him to get any closer. But can't do it this time around. Again, they're all staying in a train.
So Grant has found us what's happened to Chris Wilson. I don't know if we'll be able to cut away to it because this is getting really close.
No, we don't want to cut away here. We don't want to cut away. This is getting close.
Down the inside.
Watts is, all over the back of Day.
He's gone deep.
And there we go. Oh, Day goes wide. Day goes wide there.
Is that track limits?
Well, potentially so. But he goes wide. Watts with a huge mistake. He's on the grass, and that is potentially destroyed his opportunity to get into the A race. He's only got 2 minutes to do it.
He's right in the back of Colin now. He's right in the back of Talbot. Is he going to pull out and try it down
No,
Hawthorns?
is he going to go for a move down the inside of Hawthorns? He's gone for it.
Has he gone deep?
Talbot now comes back. Talbot knows that he's still in the A final, but he needs to latch on to the back of Paul Day. If he slows down and allow Watts to catch back up.
Watts is still right. He went off though. Watts went off onto the grass. Did he keep hold of it?
Watts managed to open up that gap again, so he's made another little mistake. But look at the gap that Paul Day has opened up to Colin Talbot already. Now this is going to allow Watts to try and really close that gap, and he has closed that gap. They're still going to get another lap out of this, maybe even 2 laps. Colin's got to defend really hard here, and if he doesn't, now this is under pressure. We might not have all 6 Cam Sport cars into the A final.
That would be a massive disappointment for me, but Watts would deserve it if he comes back and gets this.
Oh, it definitely will. I mean, Watts even with a penalty, and it was between these two. It was Watts on Colin earlier on, which caused that penalty to come out, and the corner was Srdtm's, of course. Is there going to be a carbon copy of that again? Is he going to get close? Is the pressure going to get to Talbot through this section as they both go through? Both run slightly wide. Yeah, you are right, as they go now into Srdtm's. This was the corner that Watts made the mistake. Watts has made a lot of mistake on this corner here. It does seem to be struggling there, but he is so close behind Talbot now. Is he going to try and go down the inside anywhere here?
Jessup
He's not close enough.
On to the final lap now. This will be the final lap. There's only 30 seconds to go. He's just coming down Paddock Hill up the Druids now. So
right, okay.
One more lap after this for Colin to try and defend, or maybe catch Paul Day. You never know.
You never know. I don't think he's going to catch Paul Day, but he needs to defend from Watts massively. So we are not on the last lap, so they're on the penultimate lap time now. They're going to cross the finish line, and that's going to be their last lap, and they're going to know that. He is going to see that the time is counted down to 0. He is going to see that. It's 1 second left. The time it gets to 0, Jessup, Wilson, French are on their last lap already. These guys are about to, these guys are about to cross the line now. So Day crosses the line. He's on his final lap. Talbot crosses the line, and right behind him for the final spot for the A final is Watts. Watts is going to want to get past Talbot now as they dive down the Paddock Hill bend up towards Druids.
He's gone wide again there.
He has gone wide, but he's gone defensive slightly. He is going to lose a little bit of time doing that, but he's still got a bit of a gap. So here we go, down towards Graham Hill Bend. As we cut back to the leader, and we can see this battle in the background as well, so we can still keep an eye on that.
Final corner at Class Curve as he comes towards the finish line. He's going to win this race quite comfortably in the end after that battle with Chris.
Yep, so good effort from him. Flash of the headlights as he goes
Colin
through.
went wide.
Colin's gone wide, and here comes Watts. Watts is side by side with Colin. Colin goes defensive. They're side by side going into Hawthorns.
He's got to hold it.
But Talbot's got the inside line. He's got to try and hold it round the outside. It's a bold move to try and do it. They give him the room. He's still got the inside line. He's still got the inside line for the next corner. Colin still holds on to it. Watts goes slightly wide. Watts goes wide. He can't do anything. Wilson takes the checker flag as well, and that has settled that. There was nothing wrong with that. It was side by side. again,
Colin was as far over as he could be.
It was as far over as it could be. It's such a fast corner. Watts goes wide again, but Colin Talbot is going to hold on to that final spot. Here comes Paul Day. He's going to cross the line in P4. He's through to the A final. He's happy after the mistake that he had earlier. And here comes Colin Talbot. All 6 Camsport cars to the A final. Provisionally, of course, I'm sure race control will look at the incident that happened there through the back end of the section. But a huge disappointment.
For some reason, Paul Day hasn't taken the checkered flag.
Talbot,
but
no,
I'm
apparently Paul Day hasn't. But he has gone over the line in P4. But what an end for that race.
Yeah, an intense finish to that race. Colin didn't want to let that one go, obviously, but I think it was all fair in my eyes. We'll wait to see if anything comes out of it, though.
It was indeed. Here's Charles Worth, who's had a very good race all the way through. He's tried to be as consistent as he possibly can. He's quick out there as well. He is a lap down, but he's done an absolutely amazing job as he's got a final couple of corners to go.
And he's improved his lap time immensely since he was on a 1:23 earlier. He's on a 1:21.8 now.
He has done. He's had a brilliant race so far. He does slow down for the final corner by quite a way. Is he going to dive into the pit lane? He is. He's not even going to take the checkered flag. There we go. So he's not going to cross the line. There's Wilson in P2. So he does sort that out. So, Emily, you can open your eyes again now. Yeah.
Yes, Colin. I like that comment, Emily.
But what a B final. So, yeah, do stick around. That was only the B final. The A final is going to be coming up next, and that's always interesting. And, yeah, we're going to have Sean King in that one. So, let's just definitely spice it up. But do stick around, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Oh, and we're already here. Hello. So, whoa, what a B race that was. I've got a sore throat after that. I've got a bottle of water in there. But Stuart French, 3rd place on that one. Couple of tricky moments in that as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a couple. There's a couple of mistakes on my behalf. But, I mean, I'm on quite a high medication at the moment because I'm quite sick as well.
Yeah. I forgot about that, yes.
So patient zero over here.
Patient zero, yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking forward to having a bit of more of a battle with Colin, obviously, but he came together with, I think it was
Watts. Yeah, came together with Watts.
So, I mean, I was A, pleased to drive past him, but B, also disappointed I didn't get to have another battle with Colin out on track. So after that, it was pretty smooth sailing to the finish, and I had about like 18 seconds to the cars in front and 18 seconds to the car behind, so it was just like, well, just cruise to the finish and do it from there.
Well, you're going to be starting P13 into the A race, of course, so you've got to do all of that again.
Great.
Excellent stuff. Well, well done on P3.
Excellent.
Well done. Cheers. Thank you very much. Well, Stuart French there. P3, obviously a very close race. We'll try and get our second place man, wherever he is. Here he is, Chris Wilson. We've had Emily Wilson watching the entire race, and she couldn't open her eyes to that one. She was petrified.
Just another guy giving us stress, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. You're very considerate for that, aren't you? There we go. But P2, talk us through how you were feeling with that battle with Jessup throughout that.
Yeah, it's pretty tense.
Pretty tense, yeah.
Yeah, it was, I feel sorry for whoever's got the seat after me. I'll put it that way. It's a bit...
Lovely. Yeah, so, but no, cracking stuff for that. We were watching all the time, you know, we were saying on the chat, like, oh, God, he must be stressing out through there, he'd be shouting or anything, but we didn't hear a peep from you. You were quiet as a mouse over there.
Yeah, I kept the temper under check right up until a couple laps near the end where I did have an accident all on my iron.
Yeah.
But luckily, from what I hear, you guys were watching something else, so I got away with that one.
Oh, we still saw the replay.
Ah, brilliant.
You didn't get fully away with that.
Luckily, there was enough time to recoup and just coax it to the finish after that, just wind my neck in a bit. And
yeah, I mean, you had a great pit stop as well. You managed to claw out a 2-second gap through the pit stop on the cutback.
Yeah, we were battling that hard, and I had an inkling that his tyres were probably a little bit better than mine anyway, so I thought if we just come in now, hopefully, that outlap I can just make it work. And luckily, it did. I got enough. I put in probably my best lap of the race, cleared it, and managed to get a lead, which I thought might have been enough, but not quite in the end.
Yeah, definitely. But no, like I say, starting P12 for the A final, we've got all 6 Cam Sport cars in the A final. So
expect carnage for that one then.
So if we get Cam Sport in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the race, are we going to see close battling, or are we just going to see a line of cars?
We don't do processions.
No?
No.
We're going to see hard fighting, yes?
It'll be firm but fair.
Excellent, good. That's what we want to see. Best of luck in the A final. Chris Wilson.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you very much. I'll take that back from you, thank you. And we'll get our first place man who doesn't know how to say no to overtaking. Jessups comes in, take the microphone. First place.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, it was a good race. I think from the start I knew I was a little bit quicker, so I just kind of waited, and then, yeah, the overtake came.
Went for that move.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you lost a bit of time on the pit stop phase.
Yeah.
You did gain it back, of course. Talk us through. Was there a little mistake in the pit stop at all? Or?
All it was that by the time we'd finished the first stint, the tyres were completely done. And I thought I'd leave it a few laps and try and see if I could go a little bit quicker. But as soon as you come out of the pits on cold tyres with a fresh, you're already a second or 2 seconds a lap quicker. So his pace on those couple of laps where I stayed out, he was just much quicker. Yeah. That's all it was. But then as soon as I came out on fresh tyres, we had similar pace and then ended up building up on him.
Went through. No, excellent. And of course, starting P11, are we going to see a repeat of what we saw in this one? Close fighting all the way through at the front?
Maybe. I mean, throughout all of that race, I was quite conserved because, you know, the end goal was just getting to the final race. So maybe this time I might be a bit more aggressive, try and work my way through a little bit more, but...
Excellent, excellent. Well, best of luck into the A race, and yeah, we'll see you out there.
Brilliant.
What have I missed? Can we interview Colin while we're waiting? Yeah, I'm sure we can interview Colin. Well, cheers, spot on. So yeah, we'll interview Colin Talbot now. We'll get him over. Colin, come on, come on over. Come on over, take a microphone.
Hello, DJ.
Hello, Colin. How are we feeling after that?
Tired.
Tired. You got to do it all over again now.
Yeah.
But no, talk us through those last stages there. You had Paul Day behind you as well. You were in 4th, Paul Day in 5th. You lost that one. It looked like you gave it through Hawthorns.
Paul I know well. We've raced here for many years together, so I know exactly how he drives. And I could see where he was catching us and where he was stronger and where I was weaker with him. And yeah, there was nothing I could do by the time he got alongside, so I thought, right, I'll try the undercut. Didn't quite happen, and he pulled away.
Yeah.
The next one with what?
Yes. This is one I'm sure everyone at home watching as well wants to know this one as well. Now, side by side, from my perspective, it looked fine.
That's
You-
what
you're
I thought.
fully- you're fully
I
along
sat in the
side.
middle of the track, so
Yeah.
I knew I was giving him enough room.
That's a personal opinion on mine, but it's yeah. So it looked okay. So you were saying to Paul Day, "Oh yeah, I gave him loads of room." You didn't give the in there. You kept it committed round the outside.
I wasn't losing another place.
No, you weren't losing that 5th place.
I've not had a lot of sleep this weekend through various things, so I was thinking.
Oh, we don't want to know that. No.
If I don't qualify for the A, not too bad. You get in the pod, you start racing,
Yeah.
and there's just something in everyone who's here. You can't give it up.
Excellent. Well, we got all 6 Cam Sport cars in for the A final.
Yeah, really pleased with
I've
that.
already asked Wilson, are we going to see a line of 6 cars, or are we going to see some battling?
If they're 1 to 6, yes.
Oh,
There is no team orders.
There is no team orders.
We
Go for it.
We race fair with each other. If one's faster, we don't block them and take them out and disturb their race that way. But we have no team orders.
Excellent. Good stuff. Well, congratulations on getting through to the A final.
very
You
much.
are starting at the back, so you can see all the carnage unfold in front of you.
Yeah, it works well for me. I got a good start in the B final, so I can make a 3 place on the very start, and then guarantee there'll be a couple of spin off. So a couple more spaces and hopefully a decent finish.
Excellent stuff. Best of luck in the A final.
Right, thanks, DJ.
Cheers. Spot on. Well, good to talk to all the drivers there who got through to the A final. Do stick around, because that A final is going to be coming up very, very shortly. Stick around. So here we go for the A race. Now, if you have just joined us, welcome. This is the Simply Race DTM Championship. I'm your commentator, Anthony Jordan, and this is the A race out of 2 races that we've had so far. So we've just had the B race, where we saw an excellent race for the flag for the last spot on the podium. Now 15 cars in this. Your 5 who progressed up: Jessup, Wilson, French, Day and Talbot. They are starting 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th. Now the main guys, the guys at the front. You've got Bennett, who is starting in that very bright orange car. Then it's Jack Ashton in 2nd place. Sean King, who joined me on the commentary earlier, he's abandoned me. I'm all on my own now, so bear with me on that one. Then it's Christian Kelly. Then it's Ben Brown. Ben Brown fans, let's get a whoop whoop. And then it's Goodger Scott, Winter, Avram, Bennyworth, and then Tizen rounding out the top 10, who originally got to the top 10 from the qualifying. Now, this is going to be an extremely, extremely close race. The B race was crazy close. This one is going to be even closer. So let's just see what these guys can do. We had lots of comments come through when we saw there, when we were out there. So we had Nick Jessup, great race. Joe and Chris, Edson, good luck to this race again. Was out there with the close battle for the A final there. Sean coming back was saying he's going to need it, and that's probably correct. He is probably going to need it. But there we go. Emily Wilson's back with us now. Cam Sport, let's see some good racing from you all. Yes, indeed. Now, we did speak to some of these guys afterwards. We were slightly concerned, are we going to just see a long train of Cam Sport cars with no racing? But we were guaranteed there was going to be good racing. Derek's come back. Good luck, Ben and Luke. Emily Wilson there with a whoop whoop there for the Ben Brown Club. Excellent. That's what we want to see. Guys, keep your comments coming in throughout the race. It will keep me entertained as much as this race will, but do keep that up. So the guys are making their way around onto the grid now. Bennett there with the McLeody livery, a mix of, it's an Audi DTM with a McLaren livery, but there he is at the front. And then you've got Jack Ashton there with the very Mercedes livery inspired there. Sean King in 3rd place. And then it is Christian Kelly there on the outside. Matt Goodger Scott in the whites there next to Ben Brown, who's in the green and blue coloured Mercedes just in the background. The last cars line up at the back. It's 15 cars. It's Brands Hatch GP. There's 9 corners in total. And here we go. It's the A final for round 2. The lights go on. We've got 3 seconds to go. The lights go out. And we're racing. It's a great start from Jack Ashton from 2nd place. He's already on the outside. Sean King as well, trying to go defensive down the inside. It's still Bennett down the inside. There's a bit of contact. Bennett gets loose. He gets helped round as well by Sean King. Bennett out of the race already, down in the gravel. And it's a huge shame for him. It looked like he got helped round by Sean King, but he already lost the back end after some previous contact with Jack Ashton. Jack Ashton now leading the way, already opening up a gap to Kelly. Kelly under pressure from King, as King tries to go round the outside now, switching back to the inside. Can't quite do it this time. Matt Goodger Scott up into P4. He's managed to get in front of Ben Brown. Winter already holding on to P5. He's up 1 position. Avram up 1 position, of course. But Bennett's the biggest loser here. He's gone down to 15. What did you... So he lost it by himself, apparently. So, yeah, he got onto the curb. I've just seen a replay on another screen. So Bennett got onto the inside curb at Paddock. It lost the back end and then got helped around by Sean, who had nowhere to go but straight on. So it was a massive shame for Bennett there, who's gone from 1st to last, and it's a huge, huge shame. As we look now, here is, this is Winters that we can see, and this is a lie. It's Ben Brown that we can see. It's Winter in the background, so this is Ben Brown that we're looking at now. He's right behind Matt Goodger Scott for P4. Of course, that grid doesn't matter now. The only grid that matters now is 1st, 2nd and 1st, and that is already being led by Ashton, Kelly and King. So Ashton already leading the way by some margin already. He's broken away quite well. Derek comes in with go, go, go. Tim Brown, everyone loves the Ben Brown fan club. It's very true. We've got Common Joe as well, so we've got plenty of comments coming in. Keep them coming in for me. There we go, 53 minutes on the clock. The race has just started if you're just joining us for the DTM Championship, round 2 at Brands Hatch GP. And as we go in towards Srdtm's corner now, we're looking at the 5th place man, Ben Brown, who's constantly on his position. Now, a bit of a slow-mo here, replay, I think, from the inside. And that's Wilson on the number 11 of Day as they go through the hairpin. And that was someone in the background there. The blue livery was that. It's Tizen, yeah, so he's down 5 places. He's down in P15 now. A huge shame for him. He was in P10. 5 positions down for him is a huge, huge shame. Of course, that's allowing everyone to get up. Talbot now already up a position. He's in P14. We've got Paul Day, Wilson, they're up a couple of positions as well. Jensen up a couple, Jessup, sorry, up a couple of positions. But Ashton leading the way by almost 1.5 seconds already. And this is the 2nd place man of Christian Kelly. Then we go backwards, we go King, then it's Gudjascott. So if we think about it, the Camsport cars, we've got 4 of them in a row at the moment. We've got Christian Kelly, we've got Sean King, we've got Matt Gudjascott. Is Ben Brown part of Camsport? Don't think he is he? He is. Ben Brown's part of Camsport as well. So, yeah, we've got 4 Camsport cars in a row at the moment. So, yeah, don't expect to see any battling there. So, as the rest of them go through, this is the recovering Bennett in the orange Audi DTM. He's now got Wilson just in front of him. A big moment there from Paul Day as he goes to the inside. Wilson dives down the inside now. Is that going to be a position change for 9th place? No, he can't quite do it, but he is alongside now onto the straight as they go down towards Hawthorns. But now here comes Bennett. Bennett back, he's already in 12th place recovering. He's got the slipstream from these 2 here. He's not going to try and get down the inside here, but Wilson's going to try and get down the inside of Day. Can't quite do it. Day pulls back in front. So here we go again. Back down into the back section now. It's still a long train of cars, and this is allowing French to catch up as well. So French is in a long train as well, and there's Talbot behind as well. So this is a long train of cars. So it's Day, Wilson, Bennett, French and Talbot all in this long train that we can see here. But it's Wilson who's definitely under pressure from the recovering Bennett. Of course, Bennett qualified first. He's going to be wanting to get past pretty sharpish, I can imagine. 50 minutes left on the clock, so we've still got plenty of time to go on this race. If you are just joining in, again, welcome and get your comments in. Who do you want a shout out for? And we'll try and get it out on the stream for you. But what an exciting race to the start of that. Huge drama for Bennett, who of course hit that inside curb, went sideways and has already gone to the back of the grid, and now he's recovering back in 12th place. This is Talbot and French. Talbot now up into P13. And did I see a car backwards? No, I didn't. I was clearly looking at something else. So there we go. So Talbot up 2 positions now, doing an absolutely stellar job, trying to hold off Stuart French, and that's going to be a tall order to do with still the whole race to go. Edson Manguera, they will fight guaranteed, apparently, so well, we hope so. There we go, it always ends something. Oh, and fight they are. So here we go. It's Gudjascott on Brown. Brown behind as they go through Sterling's corner, head towards Clark Curve now for, well, I don't know how many times. I don't know how many laps they've done. Four times. So lap 4 that we're on at the moment. But crossing the line, fastest lap of the race is Jack Ashton, 1:19.7. Oh, and that's Talbot going wide, and that's going to allow French to get past again. That's a massive shame, as he does indeed. Talbot back down into P14, so he's losing a position there. Keeping an eye on all this action here, Winter is going to try and get past Brown, so that's a very close battle there as well, so keep an eye on that if you are the Ben Brown club, because Ben Brown's in trouble, 5th place at the moment, and under pressure from the man in 6th, Ben Winters. So here he is as they go through down in towards Hawthorns, down the hill now, then back up into this very fast corner. And if you've got a slipstream, you're going to lose traction around this very, very fast corner. It's a high downforce corner. So there we go. Bennett has got a very good run on Chris. Actually, I've just been told in my ear, and you can see it in your bottom right-hand corner. Bennett is all over the back of Wilson as they go through the back section of circuit. Very fast through here, and very easy to run slightly wide and make a mistake as it's piling on the pressure. Paul Day in front of this as well. Oh, Wilson goes wide. Bennett round the outside. Wilson goes defensive, trying to hold it off. He does indeed hold it off as we go to the main screen now. Bennett all over the back of him. He goes to the outside. Is he going to try and get the cut back here around this final corner of Clark Curve? It looks like it was a great defensive driving there from Wilson. Wilson says no to that, and Bennett must be absolutely fuming in that car. He needs to get past this because he qualified first, you've got to remember. He's not supposed to be here. His race is at the front, and he's down in 12th place after that mistake at the start. Nick Jessup coming in. Oops, I missed the start. Come on, Joe. Joe is doing well. He's up into P9, so he's up 2 places at the moment, so he's doing a stellar job just to start off with. Bennett recovering, down 11 positions. He's up into P12, of course, and we're on screen with him now. Bit of a stutter there as they go through Srdtm's corner, and he's got the inside line on Wilson. Wilson goes wide. They're side by side now as they go down the hill. This is a crucial moment. Wilson's still got the inside. It's going to be a carbon copy of what we saw with Talbot and Jessup. Sorry, that's Talbot and Watts that we saw in the previous race. Again, Wilson holds on to that inside. Jessup again goes to the outside. Wilson goes defensive, and again, can't quite do it. Again, so down the hill now, really defensive. Bennett struggling to get past, and this is allowing French to catch up to the back of it. Oh no, another mistake from Bennett. Bennett goes wide, and that allows French to go through. He's lost another position there, so Bennett's super struggling with this race. I don't think he's realised the calibre of skill that the drivers had in that B race alone. So Bennett massively struggling here down in P13. He's really not doing the best of work here, but again, recovery drive, plenty of time to go. 46 minutes to go on that clock. Now the time at the start, it's still close, only 1.5 seconds between Ashton and Kelly. We see a close race at the front still. It could be anyone's game at the front still for this one, but we want to see good racing all the way through, and we are seeing that down here with little mistakes here and there. Talbot going wide as well through Graham. Don't do that too many times, Colin, because you will pick up that track limits. As we go down in towards Hawthorns again on this back straight, the long train of cars of day. Wilson, French and Bennett. Bennett again trying to get back at French as he's going through. It's huge shame, but it is still very close at the front of the grid. Again, if you are trying to get comments in, please do get them in, because this race has got a long way to go, and I'd love to know what you're thinking at home as well. So here we go. Bennett again trying to get past French now as they go through. It gets forced out onto the grass, can't quite do anything there, and slots back into position. So in terms of lap times, Bennett's done a 1:20.4 best lap time, so he's just, because he's out of traffic, he's not managed to get past these guys. Quickest lap has actually gone to Goodger-Scott. He's done a 1:19.718. So Emily Wilson coming in. I don't think I can take my eyes off this race. No, excellent, and that's what we want to see. It's an incredibly close race. Wilson is definitely in this battle as well. And Bennett down the inside of French. What a move. He tried to lunge it there, gets the job done, and that's an excellent textbook move there from Bennett. If he can keep that up, he'll get to the front of this race in no time. There you go. These guys are only 15 seconds down the road, and that gap can close up if the pace is there. Now he's behind Wilson. Wilson under pressure from Bennett. Now who's going to get it this time as they go down towards Hawthorns again? Paul Day holding on to this line as well. Wilson still under pressure from Bennett as they go through. Now this is where the person he tried to get past last time, and it failed as they came towards Sheen Curve and Williamson Corner. Sorry, that's Westfield Corner, I should say, is where it all went wrong for Bennett, and Sheen Curve here as well. They have closed up again, so he's right behind Wilson is Bennett. So he's going to try and get past again, and Wilson's struggling with keeping the momentum up because he's got Paul Day in front of him as well, so he can't progress as much as he was want to. So this kind of battle here, it's kind of staying, and they're stuck in a bit of a black hole of racing. They can't gain anywhere, and they can't go backwards. They're just stuck where they are, trying to all battle each other and get past. It's definitely not the one thing you want to do. You want to be working together to try and get back to the front of this race. And at the moment, I just don't feel that they're doing that. I can hear moans and groans in the background. I'm not sure if someone's gone off anywhere on circuit, but this battle here is still heating up. The battle at the front, Ashton's got a 2-second gap now to Kelly. King's just behind, still in 3rd place. And then Goodger-Scott, fastest man on the circuit at the moment. He's in 4th place with Ben Brown holding on to 5th. Then it's Winter, Avram, Bennyworth, Jessup, Day. Here we cut to a battle. This is Avram, Bennyworth and Jessup that we're watching here. Now Jessup, of course, he had a very close race in the first one with Sean King, who's still managing to hold on to third. No, not with Sean King, sorry. Sean King was commentating. There we go, that's definitely not correct. But Jessup was having a battle with Chris Wilson. And Jessup, again, struggling here to keep up and trying to get past. So he's found, I think, his pace as we watch both battles. We got Edson coming in. And now behind Wilson once again. Yes, he is. A black hole of nausea, says Emily Wilson, who's struggling to watch this race, supporting Chris Wilson under pressure from Bennett. And you can still see that in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the main screen. We're looking at the battle further up. This is the battle for 7th place. Avram in the pink car. Then it's Bennyworth in the green. Then it's Jessup, who was our winner of the B race. Avram goes slightly wide. Bennyworth is trying to get back at him now as they go through. All wide entry. Oh, Jessup slightly wide in the entry there. Slightly misses the apex. Oh no, Bennyworth loose. Bennyworth has lost the back end. Almost collects Jessup. Jessup gets past. Jessup up into P8. Where is Bennyworth going to come out? He's gone Bennett, and Bennett's got Wilson as well. Bennett's all over Wilson. Bennett's back on the main screen. I don't know what to look at. We're looking at this now. Wilson defending hard. Bennett round the outside. Is he going to try and hold it? They make contact. There's a slight bit of contact. He does. What a move from Bennett round the outside of Wilson at Hawthorns. And what a move there. That's a very, very brave move. But he got it done round the outside and moves up now into P10. He's going to knuckle down now and try and get towards Paul Day, who's managed to open up quite a gap between these guys now. Oh dear, I didn't know who to look at earlier on there. This is such an exciting race as they go through. French has managed to claw onto the back of Wilson as well. So French is going to want to get past Wilson. Wilson's still up one position from where he started, so he's still in a good position here. Now Bennyworth, he's gone down into 14th after that spin. He's lost 5 positions from his original grid start, so it's a massive shame for Bennyworth there, down now in P14. As we look here, this is Talbot. Under pressure by Bennyworth, so there we go, this is where he's recovered to. So now, because it's field position, Talbot can defend this, and that is what he's doing now. Of course, Bennyworth not being a member of Camsport, he's going to want to try and hold him off as much as possible, of course, without blocking him. You know, you can defend, you can come off the racing line once and re-enter it, but that is it. If he does it any more than that, then it is liable for a penalty or a warning or anything like that. Here's Matt Goodger-Scott and Ben Brown. This is the battle for 4th and 5th. That's still heating up. That's very close. But, of course, these are 2 Camsport cars, so we're not going to expect to see any battling between these 2. And if we do, I'm sure the team will be... well, they'll be a bit dubious about that. More comments coming in. Emily, again, to be fair, that has Bennett has better pace. It is true, Bennett was the fastest qualifier. Oh, and Bennyworth has binned it again in the bottom corner. Yeah, I just kind of missed that out of shot. But Bennyworth struggling with his tyres now. He's going to have wrecked those tyres. They're going to have flat-spotted hard, and he's going to be struggling there. As on the main screen, we're still seeing the 2 Camsport guys of Goodger-Scott and Brown. They're having a good little scrap. Here's Bennett, who's caught right up to the back of Paul Day already in your bottom right-hand corner. So Bennett on the recovery drive. He's doing a stellar job still. He's going to try and get past that, but we have seen mistakes from it. All the mistakes that we've seen from Bennett have been his own. It's quite peculiar for someone who qualified in P1, you know, was the quickest in qualifying, quickest in practice, and had that, so he's going to be devastated. Side by side for the back, I'm trying to keep an eye on both of them. No, he slots back behind them. Goodger-Scott runs wide, Ben Brown runs wide as well, follows him off the circuit as they go through, and it looks like Ben Brown's run wide again. Not good from there, he needs to keep his head down, keep it done, you know, you're in P5, you're in good shape. Then it is still Bennett on Paul Day. Bennett down the inside here. Can he do it? Day runs wide. He lets him have it. So that is Bennett up another position. Bennett now up into P9. Next on his list is Jessup, but he is about 4 seconds up the road. But the times now, Bennett's into the 1:19. So now he's got the clean air. He's able to put those quick times in. There's your man in 8th place, Jessup. He's the next person on the list for him to catch up. So a quick recap now, it's all slightly calmed down. Ashton still leading the way by 2 seconds. Then it is Chris and Kelly in P2 still. Sean King doing a stellar job holding on to P3. Then it's Goodger-Scott, Brown, Winter in P6. Avram holding on to P7. Jessup, and then it is the recovering Bennett. Down 8 positions still, of course. He qualified first, so he's having to work on that one. Then it's Paul Day, then it's Chris Wilson, Stuart French, Colin Taubman, then it's Tizen, and then Ben Bennyworth. They're all working their way through. Here is Chris Wilson. This is the battle for 11th place, so it's Wilson on French, who's still under pressure, and they've managed to actually catch up to the back of Paul Day. So this is the battle that we were looking at earlier, but without Bennett. Bennett's managed to get through all of this and get to the front. So this battle really heating up. And we'll keep an eye on this one. Of course, if you are just joining us, again, if you're supporting a driver, let us know. Get your comments in. Do want to hear what you've got to say. As we've got, and saying that, I've got my track map back as well, so that's working again. Oh, excellent! I've got some good data now. As I go, what was that? I missed it. Bennyworth pits. Okay. Oh yes, I can see. Yeah, he has. So Bennyworth in the pits. I think he's already leaving the pit lane. Where's he going to come out? Very far behind, I imagine. He's going to be a lap down now, I suspect. Yes, he is. A lap down now. He's at the back of this pack, and he has got a big recovery job. So, again, with 36 minutes remaining of the race, race leader still Jack Ashton, and we're looking at this battle further down. Wilson, or it's Paul Day, Wilson and French. They're having their close little battle still, as we see Wilson trying to gain any potential moves he can. There's Bennyworth that you can see just in front. Now, there's going to be blue flags going out for him very soon. Wilson going to the outside, Paul Day going defensive. Who is going to come back at this one as we go into the back section? French is catching up. He's closed the gap massively on these guys. Wilson having to go defensive from French now. Is he going to try and make a move? Not this time, not here. As they go into Sterling, can't do anything this time around. So, still Day, Wilson, then French. No position changes here. Of course, as they go through. And as this battle is developing, here's Bennett, who's managed to close that gap already on Jessup. So Jessup's the next one on his list. And it looks like Jessup's giving up the place. He run wide. Yes, already. Bennett's already up. So now Jessup, I think, is planned. Oh no, Jessup's back at him. Fires it up the inside of Bennett. Bennett wasn't expecting that. Jessup runs wide. And yeah, that was very ambitious from Jessup. I think even a mistake from Jessup there, and that's going to bring him into the hands of these guys battling behind. Of course, all while watching this, if you want to take part in this championship, you can do. Head to Simply Race, head to Srdtm, and you can take part in the next round. Come on, Chris, take them, says Emily Wilson. So good support there. Wilson trying anything he can, and here is a potential move down the inside of Hawthorne's. It's a bold move, but he's thought against it. Slotted back into position behind Paul Day as they go through the back section now, down Dingle Dell towards Sheen Curve. And it's, again, all who's to play for. He hasn't got the pressure of French behind. Well, he has got the pressure from French behind, but not as much, I would say. Oh, French makes a mistake as well and runs wide. So that's going to allow a lot of breathing space now for Wilson to concentrate and try and latch onto the back of Paul Day and even get past him. You know, he's going to want to gain any position he can. Paul Day in P10 at the moment, Wilson in 11. He's going to want to try and do that. Derek Rudenberg comes in with keep the hunt up. Luke, and there we go. So Luke working hard for that one as we try and get these guys up to it. Bennett working well. He's up into P8 now. He managed to get past Jessup, even though Jessup almost came back at him. But Wilson here battling hard still with Day as they go through. It's on your main screen. It's all you can see as they go through again through this corner here. It's at Surtees. I'm losing my corner names already. And down towards Hawthorne's again. And these guys working very, very hard to keep these guys in the on the track. I mean, Brands Hatch GP is a demanding circuit alone in a DTM, let alone racing super, super close with other cars as well. It's a massive, massive challenge, and these guys are doing so, so well to keep these cars on track as we go in towards Sterling. Again, a very cambered corner where you want to gain a lot of apex as much as you can, but don't run too wide because that grass can easily catch you out. You can see Jessup there ahead in the distance. They're gaining on him slightly, I feel. Jessup with the track limits warning that last lap around. The fastest lap of the race has gone to P14. Tizen with the 119. So it's Costas, isn't it? No, it's not Costas. So it's no, so it's Tizen with the 119.014, fastest man of the race. So that just shows you the pace across the field of how quick these guys are. So doing a stellar job down there. P14 going to want to try and get back a lot quicker than Talbot. Talbot's got a big gap between him and that. So 32 minutes left on the clock. So again, still all to play for. No yellow flags. The track is clear at the moment. And again, quick rundown as these guys give me a bit of a breathing space. Ashton still leading the way, 2.5 seconds, slowly pulling away from Kelly. Then it is King in 3rd place, Goodger Scott in 4th, Ben Brown in 5th place, Winter in 6th place, Avram in 7th place. Then it's Bennett recovering in 8th place and doing a brilliant job of it so far. Jessup in 9th, then it's Day in 10th, Wilson 11th, French in 12th, Talbot 13th, Tizen in 14th recovering, and Bennyworth in 15th also recovering from earlier spins. Now we can see we're looking at Jack Ashton now, first time since the fast. Wilson's actually been given a warning for blocking apparently, so there is the man. Also, lots of information coming up. So Bennyworth span in the pit lane when he came. Oh, sped in the pit lane. Sorry, sped in the pit lane. So he picked up another penalty for that. So that's a massive shame, which is why he's all the way down in 15th place and 1 lap down. So a huge shame for Bennyworth, for any of you Ben Bennyworth fans out there watching. But for you Chris Wilson fans, he's got to be careful. Wilson with a warning for blocking. Now again, the rule on blocking, if you're unfamiliar with it, is you can go off the racing line. You can deviate from the racing line once and rejoin the racing line once. If you do it again, it is classed as blocking. So you can only deviate and come back on once. That is the rule. And according to race control, he has done that more than once within a straight. So yeah, race control keeping a very close eye on this battle that we're currently watching, and of course all the other battles as well, because there are plenty of them, this just being the closest out there. French now piling on the pressure to Wilson. There was a position change. I can see Jessup. Kostas is pit. Okay, so Kostas Avram has pit. He's down into P11, and French with another mistake there, going wide. Now, I didn't see anything untoward from Wilson. Wilson just going around. I just think French missed the braking zone and tried to avoid contact and went wide. So there we go. I don't think anything untoward, but again, I'm sure race control will be looking at that from another angle and just seeing what came from that. So still plenty of support coming in on the stream. Please do keep it coming in. We do want to hear from you at the battle here, closely keeping an eye on it. Paul Day and Wilson, they're up into P8 and P9. But of course, we've had a couple of pit stops now. So I believe Jessup's coming to the pit. Avram's coming to the pit. I believe it's just those two, actually. So Collins up into P13, of course. He's had Tizen and Bennyworth, so he's doing a stellar job, up 2 places from 15th place. Doing well. And we need to keep an eye on the pit stop windows just to see who's coming in. Right, okay, Goodger Scott, I believe, is in the pit lane. Winter, I believe, is in the pit lane as well. Brown isn't, so Brown has stayed out. He's up into P4 now, but of course he's going to be wanting to come in soon. Is he going to be allowing the cutback if he can try and sort this out? Of course, it's a very short pit stop here at Brands Hatch. You're stopped for probably only about 6 seconds. So we can just see that there is only one fan, I think. The boy is an idiot and he needs to be careful from Emily Wilson. And now, Emily, I'll let you know that this message was held for review. I've reviewed it. I'll allow it. So there we go. So there we go. I think it's cruel but kind words, I think. So there we go. But Bennett there, who we're watching now, he's up into P5. Of course, he's not pitted yet. He's going to need to pit soon. So, you know, these guys were getting into that marker now. 28 minutes remaining. We're roughly, we're past the halfway mark, I would say, actually. Yes, so we're beyond the halfway mark. These guys don't need to fuel, so they need to keep an eye on the fuel levels, of course, but they'll be fine. If they drive too hard, you know, potentially they could get to a bit of a risky area. Here's Sean King, so that's third place. He's dived in. Ashton's also in the pit lane. He's gone down into P3 now. Now, Kelly and Brown both have not pitted yet. Bennett's not pitted yet. That's put him up into P3 again. Ashton now leaves the pit lane. Is he going to have traffic? He's got the blue light when he leaves the pit lane. Who's coming? We can just see there. Oh, it's the 5th place man. It's Paul Day. Paul Day, who can't get past. So Ashton managing to keep in front of Paul Day and Chris Wilson, who both have not pitted yet. But that means he's not going to be held up by them. Stuart French, he's not pitted yet. But Matt Goodgescott and Sean King have come in behind these guys, and they're very close. And there's a bit of controversy behind that we can hear. Oh, and you can see the Windows bar has popped up and said hello. It's such a close race there that we're going to try and see. And we'll try and get the race back to you at the moment. There it is. And I'll try and get a replay. But I think we're back live now, as we had a bit of a blur moment there with the stream. But we'll brush past that. We're back with it now. We're back live. And you can see here that Goodgescott has managed to get in front of King still, so that's going to be a massive shame for King. King's going to want to try and get past, because he was running in 3rd place. Now he's probably going to be running in 4th, as we've got a replay coming in now. Oh no, and that's Wilson who's had a collision, and was that with Paul Day? It was with Paul Day, so that was a huge shame. It looked like, was it Wilson who got wide, or... There we go, so I was corrected. Day lost the rear end. Wilson had nowhere to go. Paul Day now enters the pit lane. Goodgescott, French go up. French is in the pit lane. Then we've got Ben Brown, he's in the pit lane. Bennett's in the pit lane as well. So now it's Ashton, Goodgescott and King. Goodgescott has massively gained an advantage from that. No idea where that came from, but Goodgescott has managed to get up into P2. Granted, Ashton has managed to pull an 8-second gap now on these guys behind him, purely because he had no traffic in front of him. We've got Ben Brown and Winters here going through Graham Hill Bend. Ben Brown having to go defensive going into Srdtm. Winters holding on the racing line. Is he going to try and get the switchback and move here onto the start-finish straight? He tries to do it, but he can't get the power on early enough as Ben Brown block passes it. Avram's up into 5th place. I don't know if he's pitted yet. I'm not too sure. Who's in the green AMG should be behind Bennett, but Day should be driving a white Audi, no? So it's Bennyworth who's in the green AMG behind Bennett, and it is Paul Day who is in the white and blue one. But the one that we're watching right now, this is Winters and Ben Brown who we're watching now. So that is the battle for 2nd place. That's Goodgescott and Sean King. So that's a very close battle that we're seeing there. We've got 2 close battles again after the pit stop phase. 24 minutes left on the clock, and it is still all to play for. Now, Avram, he's pulled out again. I don't know if he's pitted yet. It's saying he has. So he's had a massive advantage here, up 3 spots. So the main gainers from the pit stop phase there, Goodgescott and Avram, clearly had amazing outlaps and inlaps and managed to gain as much as they possibly could as we go through. Now this is Bennett who's going to try and get onto the back of Winter and Brown as he's still recovering. Now Bennett's still down 7 spots. He's in P8, so he's doing well to recover back up. But he's doing a stellar job at the moment as Ben Winters gets very defensive now as they go down the hill towards Hawthorns again, the fast right-hander. Again, Bennett's got to watch out for that dirty air from Winters' car. He can't find it there, so there we go, gets through. King still all over the back of Goodgescott as well. It's hard what to look at. I'm flicking between the 2 screens. You can see it there, King and Goodgescott in the bottom right-hand corner. And you've got the main screen here. This has got Winters and Bennett for P7 on the big screen down here as well. Now, because these 2 in the bottom right-hand corner are Cam Sport cars, I'm sure we're probably not going to see any battling. They promised that they would but at the moment they've not shown any. Emily Wilson, go Ben, come on. So he's working hard, he's doing well. He's in P13 at the moment. Ben Winters is who we're talking about, not Chris Wilson. So there we go, supporting others, and there's Bennett down the inside. No, can't quite do it this time. Winters defending hard. Winters, of course, working hard with these guys, trying to get through. Can't quite do anything there, gets a little bit loose on the Astro on the outside there, and Bennett dives down the inside here at Srdtm. He hasn't got the space on the exit, but he's going to be alongside here. No, he isn't, so he stays behind, but he's got the slipstream as they go now towards Hawthorne, down the hill. Is he going to do a move that he did last time around the outside? No, he looks to the inside. Can he hold it here? No, he can't. Slots again back in behind Winter. Winter is holding fast now, trying to hold the mighty Bennett there off at Bay. Can't quite do anything about it at the moment. He's still there, and all this meanwhile, this is allowing Ben Brown to break away. Now, you need to remember, Ben Brown won the race earlier on in the Formula One. He's down in P6 at the moment, and not a usual space he's usually at. Usually up higher than this. The battle between King and Goodgescott also heating up as well. So these guys now breaking through, and Bennett again looking down the inside of Paddock Hill. He's forcing Winter to go wide. Winter now looking to defend down the inside. He does. Goes slightly wide on the exit as well. Bennett's now alongside. He's got the outside line for Graham Hill Bend. Is he going to go around the outside? Yes, he does. Winter gives it up the place. So Bennett up another position now, up into P7. Next on his list is Brown, and these guys are catching up to Avram as well. So Avram now going to be under pressure. You can see him there in the pink car from Ben Brown and Bennett as well. Luke Bennett, I should say. They're going to be catching up ever so quickly, and we've seen how quick Bennett can catch up to the back of someone in one of these races. So let's just see what he can do in this moment of time. And it looks like King is falling off the back of Goodgescott. King's still in the same spot he was on before, and this is obviously good for Camsport, because Camsport's got of the three guys there. But Kelly, he's back down in 4th place. He was up into P2 at one point. You know, he's back down in P4. And Goodgescott, we know, is pretty quick on here. Here's the blue car of Tizen, who's trying to get out of the way of this battle. Now we've got 3 cars involved. So it's Avram defending from Bennett. Bennett switches to the outside, but he managed to get past Ben Brown as well. So Ben Brown's out of it. Avram goes slightly squirrely under braking through Paddock Hill Bend. Bennett down the inside into Druids, under braking. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Down the inside. Avram doesn't give it up too easily, though. Ben Brown's trying to follow as well. Ben Brown's got the outside here. Brown trying to go round. Is he going to try and get the cutback here? No, he isn't. So that now is Bennett up into P5, and it's got Christian Kelly next on his list. Now, here's Ben Brown trying to go back down the inside of Avram. Can't quite do it this time. So he's piling on the pressure. How big is the gap between Bennett and Kelly? It's about 5 seconds, so 4 seconds. So you can't see him in the screen. He's he's a corner ahead, so yet to see him. But I'm sure Bennett will catch up to the back of Kelly. When, though, is the next question. Again, if you are just joining, again, keep the comments coming in. Again, great to hear from you. Keep it coming in. If you're liking the race, you're liking the stream, give the video a like. It'd be great. If you haven't subscribed to Simply Race for more action, please do. And Ben Brown running wide there as well. And now he's going to be under pressure from Winter. Winter piling on the pressure to Ben Brown as they go through the final corner. Avram now all on his own after that mistake from Ben Brown. Battle in the right-hand corner, that's heating up still as well. Again, super close. They're not gaining on each other, I would say. I think they're just working with each other, maybe using the slipstream to try and gain on Ashton. The gap is, you know, it's slowly coming down. It's 7 seconds. It was 8 seconds earlier, so it is slowly coming down on that list. But great to see all this clean racing. And Winters with another little mistake there, runs wide on that Astro. Again, loses a bit of time. 19 minutes left on the clock. And these guys having a very close battle out there. Again, it's so small margins for error out here, where again through this back section there's barely any runoff. I mean, there is runoff, but not a lot. You're in the wall and you're spinning around, and it's not ideal, and we have seen it in the previous race. The main screen, the battle between King and Goodgescott, is getting ever closer. It's an Audi versus a Mercedes out there. Who is going to be quicker? In terms of lap times at the moment, King is quicker. He's done an 18.3 versus Goodgescott's 18.7. But again, out there, just working together. Looking at the lap times, Bennett, that last lap around, just put in a 1:17.817. That man is on fire at the moment. He's the only driver in the 17 seconds, and he's going to be closing that gap hugely on Kelly. And you can see Kelly just in the background there, and I reckon Bennett's going to be on the back of this group in no time at all, and that's what these two have got to be concerned about, because if they stay here battling with each other and not going fast, you know, they're going to be under pressure from Bennett, and that's going to play right to the back of Bennett. Good passes, Luke. Come on, Ben. Derek there, Rudenberg on the stream. Again, please do keep your support coming in. Oh, as we're seeing this getting a little bit squirrely again. Wilson on Goodgescott. If it goes wrong, they're not going to be happy with each other, I can tell you that. This is two of the tallest people in the venue, I would say. We were speaking to them earlier, and Ben Brown's back right on the back of Avram again. As it goes through, looks to the inside here. It doesn't quite do it that time of Sterling. So pulls back out, and again they've got Winter behind this as well. He's closing up, so any position changes at all for these guys, and it's going to be a huge disadvantage. Now we can see Ben Brown switching to the outside. Is he going to try and do the switch back here at Paddock? It's a very popular move. No, he tries to hang it around the outside. Looks to switch back now to the inside. Can't quite do it. Are we going to see a dive? Avram goes defensive. Now he goes to the outside. There's a bit of side-to-side contact. There is rubbing, but they all get through. Winter as well. Now latching onto the back of his. Looks to the inside of Graham Hill. Can't quite do anything this time. So Ben Brown. Avram spins. Avram goes wide and goes straight off the circuit. I don't think there was any contact, but Avram off the circuit loses 2 positions. And now Ben Brown and Winter up another position there. They move now up into P6 and P7. A huge shame for Avram there. Just went slightly wide, tried to get on the power and just lost the back end, but kept it out the wall and kept it in a straight line. And that's the important thing. Here is Kelly. He's going to be getting under pressure from Bennett. You can just see him there in the background there. He's closing in ever so much. The gap now, again, still 3 seconds. Even though he's putting in the fast times, he's not closing that gap too quickly. And that's a huge shame. King's not managed to keep on to the back of Goodgescott. I think they did say there's no team orders, but I think team orders came into play slightly. I think they said, stop trying to overtake. You know, we've got a second and third here at the moment. Let's try and gain. Both of these guys, though, both Goodgescott and King, are both faster than Ashton. But Ashton's so consistent at the moment that he is just driving away with this. He's still 8 seconds clear. He's not really lost any time. Here he is. He's just managed to get past Tizen there in 15th place, flying through. Even Tizen's done a faster time than Ashton. But here, Ashton's absolutely flying away purely with the consistency. No traffic, no battling. He's managing to break away. Megan Tolton comes in. Come on, Joe. Good support there for Joe still coming through. So excellent driving from all the drivers through the grid. So Ash is still in the way. Here's Kelly that we can see. He looks like he's catching up to the back of King, actually. I'm not sure what's happened to King, but he's really struggling with the pressure here. There's Ben Bennyworth just ahead in the green liveried Mercedes. He's going to be under pressure from these guys. So no, it's King in front, yes, of thing, but then Bennyworth's just in front. No. In front of Matt Goodgescott is Bennyworth. So I'm being corrected by the man behind me, who's not paying close enough attention as how I am. There we go. So there he is. See, Ben Bennyworth in front of Goodgescott. So there we go. I've been corrected. Thank you. Ben Brown pressure. Yes, there is. Ben Brown is piling on the pressure and is under pressure as well. We'll try and keep an eye on that battle as well for you, Edson. As well, keep that up in the corner. But that's still heating up. I'm trying to see where they are on the board. Ben Brown, he hasn't got that much pressure from Winter, I would say. They've got a good gap between themselves. Gaps further up, yeah. You've got the train of the lapped Bennyworth. Then it's Goodgescott. King, then Kelly. Bennett's closing in, he's within a corner now, and you probably just see them in front. There he is, he's just behind, you can see that gap massively closing up. The gap, when it adjusts on the screen as well, it's down to, still around 2.5 seconds, so he's not gaining too much time. But again, ever so slowly, he is gaining. Only 13 seconds left on the timer. He hasn't got that much time left to make a move, so he needs to try and get past. But with these guys being so close to each other, it is a possibility he could get up to that. You know, well, there you go, yeah. So just been told it was 24 seconds off the leader at one point. He's now only 11 seconds, so yeah, he is gaining. If that was over only a couple of laps, he'd be with first place in no time, I would say. But yeah, I don't think that's the case. Now, all these guys have managed to get past Bennyworth. Bennyworth now behind these guys. Bennett's going to try and get past them as well, but Bennyworth is going to see the blue flags. He'll have them up on his screen in the car. He'll have them on his dashboard in the car as well. And he'll see them with the flags and the lights around the edge of the circuit. So there's plenty of warning to say that there is a quicker car behind you, a lapping car. These guys need to get out of the way with the blue flags. Now, as these guys going, Kelly all over the back of King. Again, cam sport on cam sport, so I'm not expecting overly pressured racing from these guys, but they need to pick up the pace because Bennett is closing in. You know, gap between Ashton and Goodger-Scott again is still around the 8-second mark, 8.5 second mark. Oh, now is this King giving up? Yeah, Sean's gone wide and Kelly is going through, and I'm not sure what happened to Sean there. If it was just a mistake, there was no contact, there was nowhere near him. But yeah, I did hear something reverberate from his racing sim, but yeah, nothing anymore. I think he's struggling with the car. I think maybe an issue with the car. If he's lost the tyres gone. He's now massively under pressure from Bennett. Bennett's right behind him. So I'm not sure what's happening with Sean King's car. If it's too slow, if the tyre's gone, if the tyre's dropped off with battling. It's a mystery, really. We're not too sure. We'll have to find out from him afterwards, but I can still hear him in the background. And he's, yeah, lots of words that luckily he didn't say on comms earlier on today. I can tell you that. So, but still leading the way. Ashton from Goodger-Scott, Kelly. Then it's King that we're looking at now. He's under pressure from Bennett, who's going to want to try and get past. Now, Bennett looks like he's much faster through this section here. He's right on the tail end as they've just lapped Tizen again, who conveniently passed him on it. Bennett on the outside, and there is an issue with the car. The car is slow on the straight. There is nothing, I don't know what's happening with the car, but it clears to be a mechanical issue with the car. And a very understandably unhappy King, not happy with the car, but devastation for him as Bennett gets past. You could see a puff of smoke actually came from the car on the straight, which is very peculiar, and the car just slowed down and almost Bennett went into the back. So Bennett getting past now up into P4, but a huge shame for Sean King. Emily coming in, he's really dropping back, he is, so not too sure on this. So now that's Talbot, that's Colin in P13. I'm sure he's going to allow these guys to get right past without any issue, you can imagine. And are they going to try and, you know, team orders, you know, try and hold up Bennett? Obviously blue flags will come out, so he'll have to give up the position. But back looking at King here, not sure what's going on with the car, but visibly it looks slower, doesn't it? I'm not sure what's going on with it. So huge shame. Seems to be going on okay now, but when he's on the straights, it just seems like it just doesn't have the go. And a massive disappointment from Sean King midway through this race, and an issue with the car, forcing him down into P5. Yeah, a massive disappointment for Sean King there. Bennett now back up to P4. Great recovery drive from him. First to 15th, back to third again, and looking to gain and capitalise, potentially even go for a P2. If he could get a P2 do there. You can hear him. Okay, so apologies if you've heard any profanity, any bad words that you shouldn't have heard, but I don't think, but yeah, you can hear him in the background. Clearly an unhappy Sean King. But back with Kelly and Goodger Scott here, not battling. But while they're not battling, Bennett is catching up. He's closing in on these guys. Bennett faster on all these laps. You know, last lap around he did a 19.0 compared to the 19.4 from Kelly, the 19.7 from Goodger Scott, and the 19.7 from Ashton as well. So he was 7/10 faster than these guys on the last lap alone. Coming into that, and you can see he's right behind them now as we go around Stirling. It does look like Goodger Scott's dropping back from Colin. I don't know where Colin went. Did Colin drive off? Colin's still in front and has driven off from these guys. Yeah, he has. So these guys concertinaing up. I'm not sure if this is a plan that they're trying to do here, or I'm not too sure. So, when that's Kelly getting on the curb and losing the back end a bit squirrely through paddock. Again, a dangerous corner for that to happen, because any major direction change can massively unsettle the car, as we saw lap 1, turn 1 with Bennett. So Bennett's very familiar with that. But now here he is recovering back in 4th place, and he's all over the back of Kelly and Goodger Scott now in 2nd and 3rd. King still holding on in 5th place. He's not had Ben Brown overtake. He's got quite a big gap from that, and it looks like whatever was wrong with the car has sorted itself out now. Here he is. He's got, yeah, so you can still see Bennett in front, but yeah, massive shame for that. But he's got absolutely no one behind him. So he's gone from he's gone to a pretty calm position now. So I think he just needs to sort it out and get away there. So I was told it was very muffled, so it was okay. So there we go, from Emily letting me know that Sean King didn't get his voice heard too well over the comms. The gap between Ashton and Goodger Scott still around the 8.5 second gap now. So he is gradually pulling away consistently. Back with Bennett here, and it doesn't look like he's now gaining on these two. So it looked like they'd slowed down, and now it looks like they've pulled the pin and broken away again. Now, is that due down to Bennett is pushed too hard and has not looked after his tyres well enough that he's slowed down? Not too sure. Maybe. Who knows? As they go down in towards Graham Hill Bend again. Again, Ashton still leading away, looking comfortable at the moment. Quick rundown of the whole positions then for everyone, with just 6 minutes left on the clock. Ashton leading the way by 8 seconds from Matt Goodger Scott and Christian Kelly, who we're currently looking at now. Bennett just behind in 4th place. Then it is Sean King, Ben Brown, and then it's Winters, Avram, Jessup. Then it is Day, French, Wilson, Talbot, Tizen, and Bennyworth, who I believe has retired from the race. So I see a DNF next to his name, so I believe it's a retirement, which is a huge, huge shame, purely because, you know, he qualified for the A race as well, and yeah, massive shame to see someone retire from the race. But back now with the last spot on the podium. Oh no, Bennett running wide, bit of a mistake there from him, another mistake. No, that's the 3rd mistake we've seen from Bennett throughout this race, and not something we expect to see, but he has gained on Kelly, no, I would say. So Kelly's still under pressure. This is sort of the last spot on the podium, and potentially for the 2nd spot, depending if he's got enough time. 4 minutes to go on the timer, and it is still all to play for. Again, if you're supporting anyone, please do get the comments in. We want to hear if you're liking the video, get subscribed, like the video as well, and it would be great to hear from you as well, so get the comments in. So we think Colin has pitted twice, so he's in such a comfortable position that he's pitted twice, and he's put in a stonking lap time of 1:18.8, so good time from him. So he's doing well, managing to keep Tizen at bay, but holding on to P13. So it looks like Kelly's actually caught up to the back of Goodger Scott again. Seems to concertina up and open up again. Bennett seems to have met his match on pace here. He did catch up to the back, and these guys have actually caught up to the back of Colin Talbot again. So he's opened up that gap, and now it's closing up again as we catch up to the back. Hopefully, if blue flags do come out, he's not going to get overly in the way. I'm sure the blue flags will come out and he's in front. But yeah, let's just see what happens, really. You know, 3 minutes left of the race, it's still all to play for this podium. This is second, third and fourth that we're looking at here. Colin Talbot just ahead. He's P13 in the red and black DTM car there. I think he's in the Audi as they go through. Past your screens there, in towards Srdtm again. Tizen's had 3 pit stops, Colin's had 2 pit stops, everyone else only has had the 1 pit stop at the moment, so that's why they're at the back, but doing some nice pace. But these guys still with their used tyres, very used tyres actually, they've been going for quite a while, and I suspect they're going to be very tricky to get the pace on there. I don't think we're going to see any more quick lap times come out, but Kelly still piling on the pressure to Goodger Scott as they go through this section here. And again, it's all just going to be about consistency, about pace. Edson come in. I think Bennett's tyres are borderline now. I think you could be right on that one. Derek coming in with Come On Luke. Again, still support coming out for Bennett. But, you know, I think, yes, you could be right. His tyres could have gone. It's a very good point. He has pushed hard. He's been the fastest out there. Maybe, yes, he has pushed a little bit too hard. So it doesn't seem like he's gaining on these guys anymore. You know, he's less than a second behind Kelly, but because these guys aren't battling, because they're not fighting, you know, they're not losing any time. They're catching up to the back of Talbot now, so hopefully Talbot's going to get out of the way for these guys. He does so, moves to the inside, but they're coming up towards Srdtm now. He's going to have to really slow down. And is he going to try and block Bennett? I should hope not. Colin's quite a respected driver, and I'm sure he'll keep out of the way for Bennett. In fact, if anything, he's given Bennett a slight slipstream there. He's helping him out and getting him through. Slots back behind Bennett, so Bennett's still behind these guys. Talbot still in 13th place now. He's going to latch onto the back of these guys, I suspect, and try and get to the end of the race. I feel like Bennett did lose a slight amount of time behind Colin there. You can see the gap did open up well, but Colin clearly giving the position up quickly as we go through. Ashton, though, leading the way, 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And again, track temp cooling down as we go through. So where is Ashton? So Ashton right now on circuit is, he's going around turn 1 at the moment, going in towards Druids. So I believe this is going to be our last lap, or our penultimate lap. No, it will be our last lap, actually, I believe, actually. So with 1 minute left on the clock, yeah, and with Ashton's position, I believe, yes, it will be. This could be our last lap. So if Bennett's going to want to do anything, there's Ashton. He's got Tizen just in front of him as well. Tizen will have the blue flag, so he'll get out of the way quickly. So this could be the last lap that Bennett's got to try and get on the podium. He's done a brilliant job so far with trying to get back to this spot. He's managed to do it, and now he's going to try and have to pull the pin. Has he saved the tyres enough for this last lap to try and do it? 30 seconds left on the clock. Ashton's going in towards Westfield, so he's definitely going to be crossing the line to receive the checker flag this time around, as we're on board with him now, following him through. It looks like he's really slowed down. He's not overtaking Tizen there, who's actually in 14th place at the moment. He's managed to hold on to that. So your race leaders in the small screen on the outside. This is the battle for second, third and fourth. It doesn't look close enough as they exit the penultimate corner. But here comes Jack Ashton out of the final corner. He's going to get the checker flag, a flash of the headlights, and it's a great win from Jack Ashton there. Back now to second place. Goodger Scott is not under pressure from Kelly. Kelly is not under pressure from Bennett. Bennett takes 4th place. Sean King, after the issue earlier, he's going to cross the line in 5th place. Ben Brown is going to cross the line in 6th place. A great race from him, lost out 1 position. Winter, who's matched his position, he's going to cross the line in P7. Avram, who's matched his position as well, he's going to cross the line in P8. Here's Jessup, he's up 2 places from his original qualifying spot of 11th place from the B race. So fantastic effort from him. P9, he crosses the line in, and then it will be Paul Day just behind. He's under slight pressure from Stuart French, but not enough pressure. He crosses the line in 10th place. French crosses the line in 11th. Here comes Wilson, all on his own. 12th place for him. Talbot's already crossed the line. There he is there. Then it will be Tizen. He was just in front of the race leader as he crossed the line, so he's got a long way to go still. And I think there's the race leader, Jack Ashton there. He's going to be returning to the pit lane, and I have to say, he's going to have another race win there, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic for him. Edson with another Ardean French battling. They were, but it wasn't close as, yeah, the rest of the race finishes. So what a fantastic development from this, and a great win from Sean King. Sean King, sorry, a great win from Jack Ashton. But as they return back to the pit lane, Matt Goodgescott taking second place as they all return to the pit lane. So an absolutely fantastic race. Keep join us for the podium in just a moment. Do stick around, and I'm pretty sure we'll have an interview with the top three as well. So please do stick around. We have got our top three. So joining me, firstly, Christian Kelly, third place man. Come in. How are we after that one?
That should have been better, really, shouldn't it?
Well, it was
Did
okay.
you see me drive straight past my pit box?
No,
That's what
I
happened.
missed that.
So in the comms, you'd have gone, oh, Christian's fallen back.
Yeah.
I drove straight past it, reversed, went back, wasn't enough, went back, wasn't enough. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that's the rookie mistake of the season so far.
Okay, fair enough. But at least that was the only reason for that one. But as I say, you got back onto P3. We were hoping for a little bit of a scrap with Matt.
With Matt, yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't happen,
I'd
did
have loved that. I was like, come on, man, I'm faster than you. But there's just nowhere to pass. And when you're so evenly matched, even if it's a 10th,
yeah.
you can be a second a lap, get on the back of them, you lose all your aero. And through the fast right-handers, you can't do anything about it. You just drop back. and he drove really well. So
yeah, it was a good race from him. Of course, devastation for Sean King. You know, he was up there in front, and then mishaps, and then he's gone backwards. So
I don't know what happened with Sean actually. What did happen? I'll ask you. I'll ask you the question.
I don't actually know either. So I was hoping you knew. But yeah, so
he was sat next to me, and there was a lot of cursing and a lot of something's happening, and then I just cruised past wondering what's gone on.
Luckily, you guys didn't hear him cursing. That was the main thing from that. So yeah, that was a good side from it. But no, a P3, you must be happy with it.
Yeah,
good stuff.
It's points, man.
Yeah, it's points.
You know,
it's points.
That's
It's good stuff. But well done on P3.
Thanks very much.
Christian Kelly there. Cheers, spot on. So then we move on to our second place man, the tallest man in the world, Matt Goodger-Scott. Here he comes. Are you going to get him the shot? There we go. So, oh, crikey. How was that for you?
It was hard work.
Hard work.
I think I decided to undercut again. So
yeah, one thing. Your pit stop, you gained massively from that.
Yeah. So it worked for me in Hockenheim, pitting early. So I tried again. This time people were a bit more wise to it, so they followed me in the next lap. So I think Sean came out alongside me, and I managed to get him up the hill to turn 2, and then. Well, I think Christian had a bit of a problem in his pit stop, so
yeah,
I was surprised to have got him as well.
He was just explaining to us there. If you've just joined us, Christian missed his pit box and had to reverse backwards in the pit lane. I'm sure there's rules against reversing in a pit lane, but virtually it's fine. But yeah, no, excellent stuff. I mean, Cam Sport Car 2 and 3, you got 2 of them on the podium, and again you had Sean just behind as well in P5 as well. So a good run for the Cam Sport guys in that one.
Yeah, definitely a good race.
No, good stuff.
Forward to next.
Yeah, onto the next round.
Which I can't even remember what track it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Worry about that later.
We'll head over to the podium in just a moment. But no, excellent done on second place. Yeah. Now onto someone who's more my size, our first place man, Jack Ashton. Jack, come and join us. There we go. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was good. It was
good.
Loved it, yeah.
Race win.
Happy with that.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with that.
You're kind of bit close at the front, you know, you were side by side. You got a good start off the line.
That was the main thing. I knew, I wasn't sure a couple of others knew the trick with the traction control on the line.
What, turn it off?
Turn it off. A lot of people don't know it.
No, a lot of people forget to do that.
I mean, Bennett said that he thought he'd go safe because he didn't want it to spin up and spin him round, because it can be done. You have to be quite easy with the throttle.
Yeah.
Just sort of feed it in and get into second as soon as you can, and then did that and got a nice little start, managed to get in front at the start there, and then obviously it all kicked off a little bit behind me, and I just got a little bit of a break.
You were lucky really, because Bennett got onto the inside curb. If you didn't see it,
I just saw it in my mirrors.
Yeah, he just went onto the inside curb, the back stepped out, and it was super lucky he didn't snatch the other way and flip the side of you. He went the other way, so it was really lucky on that one.
Yes, so that all happened. I managed to keep a little bit of a gap to Christian Kelly, and then I just started slowly reeling it out lap by lap, not a lot, and then it was all decision on when to pit.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact I needed to pit a little bit earlier to give the break. I might mess my tyres up later on in the race, but I knew I didn't want to be behind anyone.
Yeah.
So if I could get out and then back out in the lead with a good gap.
You were lucky on that, because we were commenting saying you just got in front of Paul Day, I think it was, who had.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. I saw him coming, and I saw it was 2, and I had a big gap in front. I just nailed it on the inside and made sure they weren't going to dive bomb me.
Yeah.
That would have been quite a decisive moment if they got in front of me at that point.
If he had got in front of you,
so
he could have held you up.
It would have held me up quite a lot, and I wouldn't have been able to get in front.
No.
And then maybe they would have popped me when they did their pit stops.
So we won't call it luck, we'll call it well-timed strategy.
Perfect.
That's what we'll call it. Excellent stuff. But well done on the race win on that one. But we'll stick around for the podium in just a moment. Cheers, spot on, well done on that one.
Boy.
I'll take the microphone back there. Excellent stuff. Well, both races, the B race and A race, now over. The podium presentation will take place in just a moment, so please do stick around. So thank you for everyone holding on to the stream. If you are still joining us, apologies for the wait there as well. Just lining up the camera to make sure it's all good. An excellent race, guys, all around. B race and A race. There for of comments as well, so everyone was enjoying it. So results in third position with their best race time for 1:17.974. We have got Christian Kelly. Make your way up, well done. Today a race win or another podium earlier on in the day. Formula Championship now in second position with a time of a 1:18.987. Matt Goodgescott, please make your way over. It doesn't matter if it was slow. There we go. You still came second. And then finally, first position. Pretty quiet race. With consistent race. 6-2-6. On there.
So Jack Ashton taking the victory. Unfortunately, Anthony's microphone
overall
cut out
fastest
there.
lap. I tell you what, we'll go for that because I think he deserves it. Overall fastest lap of a 1:17.305. It is Sean King. Well done. Oh no, sorry, that was practice. Sorry, It was Luke Bennett with a 1:18.460. I called out your practice time, Christian. That's qualified. You know what we don't know is race 1:17. He did. It was quick. Luke Bennett.
Anthony's struggling with the fastest lap there. It was a 1:17.7,
wasn't
I
supposed
believe.
to be commentating today. But no, well, thank you very much for everyone who joined us on the stream. Thank you very much who are racing here today. Do, of course, hang around. The next round of the championship is when, Mike? 12th of January, and where is it? Can't remember. There we go. So stick around. Head to the website. Magna Core. There we go. Oh, Magna Core. That'll be a fun one. So look forward to that. It won't be live streamed. Why not? It just won't. That's a shame. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's why. Okay, but anyway, no, it won't be live streamed, so unfortunately for that. So you'll have to come to the venue and watch it. There we go. But thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next year. Yeah, see you next year. Bye.